say Ghana for bia chokra tada komo mampanyin according to said the constitution kire say wa wuji dis o chief justice adwuma wo ye enso ani ana bia ne ho dodo ni 20 million adwuma ana say watia emre bi no stated grounds chokra atafa komo mampanyin no mampanyin fa ma council of state for lo mo nhwe say wodi fa na say wodi bimwa asem kwa isi edi no kokuam ya chokra ata miensa e de akoma President Mahama edi ama empenifo se omo nhwe no muni hu nkomo. Mamen the response aba. Ghana for petition, Ghana for nimu ensema ewum. Mamen no so response so Ghana for nimu ensema ewum. Na obia tiesi abonte se ai munimu se Ghana constitution no ema kwan se chief justice no so ye bibire se tia mra o mampanyi tibi na di omo se o ye nim omo se sei no enkofo bi di petition akọ say enema maame ne ye no enso ani enti yenyu na di mo support ana mo support eno anu no mo support se yenyu maame na di ana se me yenyu maame na di na enkofo aka me support o say 52% is 53%. Ghana for 52% as they say omujitum se yenyu maame na di. But what is academic about this? Because what respondents no one more kobusa wo mo ensensem no me patcho petition no o mahunu bi ensem o mo yegina se yenyu maame na di no o mahunu bi o mo hu bi e de so mo hu bi dia ejebe nti na obebu sese ni pakro ni se yenyu na di amen be kwada ka se yenyu na di ama wo so agye atum se ade we de authentic verifiable into the better abon to say academic research eno no di nwanwa se sa na ma bi obetimi agye di eso so de wode enama wo kasako wo ye interviews all over trying to influence or shape perception no ama council of state for penny for so aka say hey Ghana for dodo na se ma me yenyi na di etebe abato manim no well, and it's about me kwe yina dia. And I'm Ghana for a penti no there be any backlash. It decide ya yini mami nedi. Ya no and the Musa dan kwa for bi so mo bone power se senyo. Wa oye. Na areho. In the history of Ghana, ya yi chief justice dida. Kwame Nkrumah osajefo en wo ye. Nenu kwe wie saying because na kulungungu bombing ya na Kwame Nkrumah jidi say onu ankasa CPP fo bi ka ho enti say da sem no court dia ese jeli wo mo na asem ne baaye ne nkofo bia na ojidi so mo ka ho no amaso wo mudi ya jeli wo mo. They were not found guilty. Ubiti said, tell you Adam a few. Yangelino that time. That time, the Chief Justice say Akukosa. Only Chief Justice, Akukosa, only Chief Justice. And now, Kwame Nkrumah ni anye ho ofa kuntina se. And we ye Chief Justice Nedi. And we ye no the new Chief Justice baye. And mo say asem kwa ni ya tuagu. It has said bedini fufro. Interestingly, omudi asane fufro no. Nan friend say Terry Adamafio was found guilty in the new first trial. Eti ewie Ghana for you. But President Mahama die ehunabo brim oso obeye. Obetimi aye ba ye be ma Ghana for hu esema akoso say maame no deserve say ma ne kofie ana enema ben ye se waye. Stated grounds no any de hin eti ne bedi komo abadwafo no dose ntin and then men kan kese enrage so President Mahama obedi ade no 100 days na me wales kakra bi e wo hase no ma mehwe say bebu be access the first 100 days of John Dramani Mahama na the first 1 month day na widespread violence across the country. This will yeni and na abagana memo as if say there was a coup d'etat ɛna nkofo bi afa Ghana ababe majority shareholders nti ye no e wo ho no mu looting and destruction offices ba kumpo de me se governor appointee bi oso wo fie o se ye MPP lose power na no park yi na okwanti na wo twe obi o ba beteki wo be fie no enti na wo mane cousin be ma ba ko tan se o mo ba se ya na de kin ama wo mo body bibia akọ wo so mo ho no ma ne cousin friend na obi e de ne mattress ne air condition ne mpa ene kitchen cabinet a good Kia track mu abesi ho o betena ho that time na President Mahama nye single appointment akwade se waba o betena ho baby Ghana man ye koduru ye eno no and the dismissals all over wo hwe de koso GPH a menya further better particulars na is so pathetic say President Mahama yes to the extent say Director General ni ado mo ho nyina na o ma pass through the ranks nyina na fedie yes free ho quite technical advisor to the minister of transport as a day was phrase time enti ene e bedi sa enko time komo mi bedi of course MPP election review committee so Professor Michael Kwede ni penny for the report no akọ emunsem de yenim emunsem no party for no e de keep closer to their chest and na recommendations no and mo de be yedwuma it is expected say recommendations no omo de be yedwuma na Ghana for and I say MPP for who say what are the recommendations me pa cho de eba bonten say page 49 of MPP review committee page 62 yes we say ni nyina pa cho de omo kan nyina no omo boa enya no kore na interestingly MPP for be within the party and money and this for na carbon mo yes ade no na this for no etoa na and this for no MPP for no akọ share on their Facebook page on my this for no eye na MPP for no akọ share on their Facebook page say when the can is who page 40 you see loyal ladies you see sika you see we mo yes amunyai because ma shada na ma shada na mo chotro enkofo betimi a shada chotro aka page 14 say Owura John Dramani Mahama say ni say ne course wo enkofo tira ka ho na say ne ma ne ba can you stand it? I'm not sure say you can stand it and ebedi hu kobo omo say committee ne ba ye no mo say omate report about mo say what committee a MPP constitution no so mu tweak ni kakra enti ne ye be hwe say the tweaking no esitie enkofo proposals on constitutional amendment no and no say e ko ne kwaso na no me board President Mahama voice bia wakan categorically in opposition say judicial na agu asen obiali confidence na ono po de ofre no say unanimous 7 na reforms no cannot happen under then current leadership led by Mrs. Tokunu. Sana John Mahama kan in opposition no say enti the reforms no enti me ma under one leadership. Na say kire say. That is one ba no person reforms no ba dia by hook or crook. The besi e was ma me ni konchen na John Mahama e the reforms a open no eba. Ebusa for me no ka say applications be breed that and a list of about 110 judges, magistrates. A dean that President Mahama nim say awaiting their appointment. Yeah, anxious. I listen no about approve na announcement that bad thing. Me patrol side 110 judges na anche mudin beba no. Me patrol a World Bank for and a bad point tomo and a Blood Bank of Ghana and a Bible Society of Ghana. And about any president about point woman. At a point in time, the history of Ghana, not all Supreme Court judges were appointed by one person, President Rollis. At a point in time, the history of did somebody challenge him? 80% Kufuado buy na Supreme Court for a be a free move, not a bill air retirement. No, what did you expect President Kufuado to do? Etika yese pa back what their mad press before say press before mon kwasha dem ko to hymns mon matters for one come on munyi pa ba komra sana kwa mo pen ana what kind of rubbish is that? President who mandate exercise the mandate but we say a president Kufuado and wa appoint na constitution say why na appoint constitution say mia and dem ha ayeshi president Kufuado die maka say one kasa no or child person the MPP for but enipa bebree nso so e wo chelpa eso mo de ma president Kufuado o mai ne bone anran anwume na me hwa baba wa bi isa pominu so ya baba wa dia say woni fi ko nanim to do na fe no black coffee isa des wonya baba wa bi ni fi ko nanim na black coffee former appointee of President Kufuado on her own volition and was adwuma we gyan what abuchiri wa back baby President Kufuado fie wo ni men barricade wo animu police for tembia omoti ho black coffee si wo kotwa mu a barricade na si won wonte ase and wo train phone and wo di video I heard the police in back a friend black coffee was yes what's up wagwan Ire and okwa nchen and was na ada na wo video ade a wo de to social media emwa what black coffee anti ase and was say ya kasa kasa aya kasa kasa wanye se was police ne tia no was say aya akasa kasa was so kan bi na security person so ki kan bi and na okwa ni baby. Now this the catch was say area holota fa ko digwa bi wase ho baby na enam so de security ni no enya sa kasa kasa no sisi a wosuro ehu abetolo so ehu abetolo no black coffee no so abra wo se police security man kan ya wo so kan bi che no ehu abetolo o man ka cho so mbabu wo but why video e create impression say security operatives or more president former president Kufuado fie ni mo no omo person bono you see why do you do that boni pele na Kufuado ayewo first of all we resign here no it was to his embarrassment wakota baby obi aka hwe wasan hye da betwebo ho a break create scene and is it because you were in the movie industry into the drama nkwa na wo pay what sa no dey documentaries ana no dey
entertainment
but okay so she was in the creatives she was in the creatives into there but no ya ade ma enipa ni gie ya ade ma enipa eni timegie but say wutimi say but so baby obesuro pass obefa ho no ma suro ye fe ni say so joint joint dey suro ho back apart from joint omo kan na mu get to a bomb that say mesao so papa baby obeso suro suro get to the black office suro hoko by nya President Kufuado efie anim na obesuro twam ko obi anya wo hwe ba sa wutimi enya kokodo twam o get to dia na mansuro na Kufuado so fie anim so betwam all right mebusa fa mo bi akwa ba ka be kwa homa so ne lawyer bubu debu lawyer Obribuahen, former deputy general secretary of MPP, or also no constitutional amendment no war. Very interesting. He thinks no positions be brain hall ma. I was some elected. I will say all the deputies say so mutimi elected, and in fact even that of communications grounds so no would you say so mutimi elected. It was some very interesting constitutional proposals bia enkomo ekoso ye be fene ne edi enkomo full house the be aka large one ba na se full house no ayeyi all right kuka machine na ukwo hin fe no ba ho machine 415
miko
okoko jog na
na ye wi show no
enkwadura no pe ya na meka enye nura se what happens in Rome stays in Rome that be what happens in Rome stays in Rome meka no pe ya se I'm not threatening you, I'm saying is that
because there's some coffee, there's some bantem.
Oh, I said coffee and on in the buy. Jawasem. Prof Kill match here to say. Prof Kill. Oh, to say, Prof Kill, who to say, Mayina Frim, Prof Kill, who to say. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Jamiasi pa. And rather be a question last minute football no. Beth last 5 minutes no. Where come up pa. Now goes no swear for pa.
I am the fit alcohol.
Oh, okay, fine. Come on. Okay. All right. Bible, Marching. Now what is saying? Don't mind him, eh? Patch on back. Microphone here off. It was all here. Oh, Nyamiadum. ahode e wo ho no mo program di Bɛkyerɛ enti bibi duru no bi ka se che bi mumu a ya emane how na why ni kama aha enti sa ena ye beye no Peter Nkoma
Yes.
na ho te say
Onyankopon adom ho.
class prefect
Yes. Undisputed.
Hey misraw wo be nya asem anya ye wo dem ha wo
There be ubenya problem. Your general class prefect and your sitting class prefect.
Sitting right now. Yeah, what them her column ya for me wa how asem na making.
Any day me to us.
Okay.
That's the position you have say
Peter wo de Peter some bebre na ya wo boss nem some miensa but largely no e be focus on Chief Justice there no ne President Mahama ne 100 days in office ne ma why in assessment any MPP so committee review report na e ba ye no and still the admonition to party members say momunka e won kasa e wa bonte no yenko
okay say no me chia tie for chia menu anom ne ahwefo nyina na
obi ajo so
MPP de ende e ba ko hyeto okura
ho ne die
nti e be kwa but ena lawyer bubu de bunzu nyamai so de yenhwe 100 days of President Mahama.
Okay.
Ne assessment.
Sa ho. Ho na ope.
Say the be ya.
No, say
so lawyer ba. Say enu we ne di twam to lawyer be ba no. Na obe my background no nyuma.
Da be lawyer be kasa wo MPP de no ho.
Oh, okay.
Enye Chief Justice de no.
Okay, and o de enya assessment ni.
Okay, fine. O call the assessment no. Ho na wo so ye wo de pa. Na wo ye teacher. Say the musipe message because open marking pa ho.
Me the pen by.
Okay, Mate. All right, it's Peter Nkoma epese you started with the assessment of President Mahama's first 100 days in office.
Yeah.
And fire too.
Aha. And you animu ni ahwefo ni atiefo. President Mahama better akonwa yisu. Before oba beba no. On his own volition, no one kase. And on Ghana for ko apam. So better akonwa no so a first 100 days yenye assessment and I say sisi dua yemfa esusu no ono anka say o no document or the call winiba prof Q a region ho and obeka kire Ghana fo nyina into oye 120 days social contract.
In fact, me, don't be surprised here ku anim no wa hwe be nya obaba akon as permanent yi because enu ane ne e mana tuogu me so papa o ma condemn ye say adane nye gender balance era me say wo gender balance to kwa bia wo nko President Mahama ho wana ma broken heart or promise o ma wantimi ani so ya wo post ko say yi o madi to aso
enti ono ane ne Ghana for kwa apam say oba no yakopon boa na wo wini akonwa na sisi dua yemfa nsusu no eni na on make 26 promises
okay
of the social contract with Ghanaian people.
Okay.
Na memi hwe mu no I know me say station bi ayebi but I disagree because ebi wasom so why half and half wasom why no nye of the 26 promises no okaso ni Ghana for eto abamama na obedi so no emu mienu pe na why
hey
yes
26 no
26
Peter
oh e wa ha
and on marking scheme you two straight
dabi unim me kan me kompa ba ko pepe mpo na why
it will put why modest why generous very magnanimous Peter Akova okay
and wo hwe mpa ho emu mienu pe na President Mahama why
really
emu 10 so wakosofa wasomu kakra ena wajato
why so me ha
ena emu 13 dio onka anwasem enye ho hwe
okay I'm sure so obe share with us
oh yes, quickly na uhwa na je say wa faili kura anything e be hia say MPP be ka omo ho abom pa na watimi wakame na nioma bi ekokoso anye bi no also mujai anya sa I think so mine no you how pa okay first or say oba yi ni cabinet ministers within 100 days and no there wadi so no need the only year of 100% and then promise or yeah what made this super
first and
nominate within the first 14 days the complete list of cabinet ministers for parliamentary approval. First 100 days at least cabinet ministers into a diso.
Okay.
The talk to me, or say Oba constitute the leanest and most efficient government.
Yes.
Under the Fourth Republic in my first 90 days in office.
Okay.
And no say no, I disagree about the man. So they were for Misalis or system ministers. But Ukomupa, the presidential staffers, any other appointment and Opeko will be quite catching to some Kita port, cry no more size no.
Oh, my point. Yes.
One substantive, no director and 2 deputies.
And no say
technical advisor.
And no say no. Ushemupa ko ni so but o de yem fama no di so. Enu mienu pa we di so. The third one was say Oba establishing a robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials. Mr. Remo. Etifo ni ahwefo ni Prof K de ba book muni ya ba cho we di so ana.
Dear no.
Robust code of conduct and standards for all government officials.
Code of conduct dear no.
There be
code of conduct no the best omokasa mu ana.
No.
Monto there 2 things am mo kan no. Has he established code of conduct?
No. Onye.
And so there's nothing to be followed.
The first time ko ye bia.
No, what man is so.
When is so. Ebio, or say within the first 90 days in office, Oba review taxes and levies on vehicles and equipment imported into the country for industrial and agricultural purposes. But cars are imported. It's a car bo aba for mana. A costume po anameboa. Or say Oba hold a national economic dialogue to discuss the state of the economy and prepare a homegrown fiscal consolidation program to guide the budget. And non say no.
So mu yen.
Oh yeah. And I was say and now the so called say or the year ne
budget no.
Ne budget no. Nti and no cry issues ho. Ba o dey no so.
And I said that become I mean
so we ne half the leanest you know a half.
Okay.
Nti we no ne 14 days ne pe and we so.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
But leanest oh, so they have say a full assessment of those appointees ni exam say they half. After so say within 100 days no, we go say 90 days. Obey levy a free which why COVID levy, but the COVID levy we onyi ho. And no say what obe set a task force to go into it.
No matter calculation no.
And
I took the calculation hand.
Betting tax so only year free. Then also a half because COVID levy no onyi.
And he boom.
Yes, as one promise.
Okay.
0.5. I feel so say Obe comment the drafting say the drafting of the needed legal amendments and prepare for the implementation of 24-hour economy policy under the office of the president. Me pamucho obiahu the draft legal a report and I say emrebia or they be introduce 24-hour economy na
24-hour economy
in fact parliament cry invite nipa or da no say omna meye onye
we call parliament
but
Guzitano
omuguso ye consultant and no so first 100 days no onye or say obe establish and council be a feno Accelerated Export Development Council.
Okay.
To promote export as part of broader strategy for economic transformation. And also onye.
Mente.
Onye nyese wonte.
Okay.
I feel say Obek National Consultative Conference on Education to build consensus on the needed improvement to the sector. And no half and half because what about 3 or 4 committees here report nka ye hu. On free SHS.
And report ba kwansa ba what 13 member committee to review kindergarten to primary 6 curriculum. Hey, asempa ni o.
Anka omo the report aba. I no so report my intel so no say me half and half.
Okay.
Also by implemented no academic fee policy for the first year students in the public mpacho. And also onye. But I no cry no academic you know hwemu pa na and cover tuition a lot of university cost ni bebre and Prof K ewa ha so wo hwe the university bill na yedema school enkwala na ne wo se ono obeketa no there is only the afuf the academic facility user fees ne aspect of university fees no into uba the other aspects to say practicals any hostel any other expenses are university school fees no one and no for more less than even 10% of the fees ni almost betu no less than 5 yes the afuf no a small amount do even 10% of university fees for each academic
you can't say na me musa will be what's your
afuf academic facility user fee
okay
what you say na no say wo hwa me university bill bi wa ha say
say na why me can be busa as for ko bi that abrele so wo hold ya
nti wo hwa te say obi oye humanities
ma me hwe nie na di na ma bonten
me dey
kata so kabeso hwe ne di na ma bonten
wo hwa
you have to protect your guests at all times
the afuf no academic facility user fees no obi humanities says sociology no no we 316
316
yes science for no 469 engineering for 469 applied science for 469 physician 594 human biology 709 apart from no your additional charges to say practical fees practical and the disability field trip practical fee for medicine and where for medicine come to 1,800
me ba to me total ni na yesen
total no of
sub bill you know that we no
total ni nyina no in fact human biology for it about 3,000
and so be to 3,000
3,800 a year
3,800 a year
now human biology for 700
cities 7,001 one ekutu ya mano sorry 3,001 one ekutu ya mano
any day
okay so and goes you see what I mean saying
ebrenti we the yentwa promises no so so hu tanu say no so no kra no eno omunye but there's even a problem with that
and my issue statement for bi wo maka ho apaka ka ho asem bi
oh yes was
say also omuka so my refund that be omu say ye twam obi a etomba oziano wo say budget ne buy no o master tia den dada e decide ya omba refund this kind am wo now they are no longer going to refund the money to them omu say omu be my invest no more keep wo ho now the following year once had the service can let you upcoming first year for now we must
then it means that they are not going to pay for
it means they are not going to pay I'm looking for that story
so a hono kra no and hono kra there's a problem
yeah
afebi also some be commenting the distribution of free sanitary pads for to female students in the primary and secondary schools oma announce policy no oma locate sika some locate 300,000 million be on for eno and so omunye then say me and half
okay because
oma announce some be yenti omunye but once oma announce some oma locate sika ntino and say and half ebio some be free tertiary education for persons with disabilities. The Ghana Medical Care Trust, that's Mahama Care Fund. And also no, me have because and so Oma announced say Mahama Care and say Sikebi futubi da hwa omso mbeye. Omunye. Said that me and say once Oma announced omo twes sika futuo bi ato ho ne de.
Double enya modin. To the allergy. That be mesamo. Me pa che obi abenya ne de mesamo me pacho e fair say waye ke force tie yi a ya no mo examiners bi be yi omo de ma wo
na examine na me say
to odu ma so no mark it down and the other
o say obeset investigative team bi a we did handle the report but on the collapse of indigenous banks but don't tie ni o the collapse of indigenous bank so the obeset committee bi do akohwehwem up to now committee bi am on the indigenous bank what they are think say emom no mpe say omo de oma ye je omo license ni mom ye dey
oma de ma wo mo an
so mbe hwehwemu within 100 days the report about illegal printing of money say illegal printing of money no e borrowing no e besia bank ko free bank of Ghana ho and so so mbe hwehwemu which BOG act ni abe redo ha kra pen kire say e omu ntia mra bia BOG so mbe ma aban besia nti eno nso omunye omso mbe illegal they will ombe national cathedral hwehwe mu eno ye omso omoye audit nti eno ye half nta we me ninya one
Peter Beba what do you saying?
o medu 13
what do you aka saying
takabe that kind of short takabe another 13
another 13 mami break you say no sisie na me nya ekitua bi na me last me call wakwa dental ayida
dent I am
wakwa dentist da what the first na ehu na last me call na me sen na edane die enye say in fact that was the first time me mako dentist ho that was the first time I mako dentist ho na wahwe me am wieye na masa tumbuto muskade adada na se wonyi
ade
me hu bi da
abotre
se me was bi se baabi ho na broni na waye me first you know process what me frame na yes ase no lock in 3 times enti esu abu tina esu yetu na abrante no active eda me ka sese ka me ko baabi a ni ba ko ni experience a ebank me wu because adia ordinarily take be 20 minutes no edemi ko be wana na abrante ko afede so nkofa do ma no metwa mitin to ho na omompa pa mu uti so no ga se wo ye no abre but wonya me ho abota ya na me so no me wie ye no na me say ka say me da wase say de wasi nya me ho abota ye no it active minim doctor na wo hwe me ya minim di ya we ka ya naka wo da ma na madana se ne mate say
na me adom bibia boko
we through recommendation so na that medical hall mti I forever be grateful say that no mo ya de interestingly that ko ade che me say de ba yeah me bekasa ya ma people did even see say what I was going through and ye mo akwaba na de na de yeko
bejo so na de ye hwe holiday yen se ebu ofie nti ye bonka ya na ye hwe ni se ombeba na na awufo ewo fie na mbofra nso wo fie no mbetimi aba na abahwe na ye ka yenum asiesie ya de a se ye twa ye ni ehwe ni yie pa ye esanse bebre na wo treatment bi a nyarewa treatment bi a omo ya wa ya enkoda ne mum no otwe nani ebehwe ni oral health abetimi aboa ni yie pa esanse nyarewa ni nyina bebre no unya signal ni firi wanum nti oba ni ye examination a bibi ento yi a na ya kyerɛw sadi we de so koyo medical check up na hwɛ na emfa bibia ento yi nti active point dental clinic ejuma ko a Ghana mamu ha se ba no ye num asiesie edumadi a ye dimu akotren pa yi na wo hwɛ ye kyere kwan wa Accra ha ye Ojowulu Presby Junction any wo branch e wo Kumase Danyame adjacent Ultimate FM eho ene wo your branch wo Kaswa aye Crespo Junction and Afamok Depot no eho pe na active point dental clinic ye ejuma your branch ewo Takwa aye Achempem Western Transport Services eho ena yedi ejuma your branch ewo Boase ena Sehwejinase ofrayen ewo 055 457 1779 onsa ebe kayen sa number kroya nso o WhatsApp ya onsa ebe kayen 24/7 response bi ebe o message bi ebe bia no ya be responde na ofrayen nso ebe je so na nkomo ewo ho no ye no enya na otu anamo aba na ya hwe asiesi wonu mu ama ye ejuma every juoda kwasi ada na Monday to Saturday no 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nemum Sunday no Accra branch and Kumase branch and ye juma 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. and a holiday bia Ghana ye di bia say nese no ye bie ye branches ni nyina no ye bia ye ejuma ha nti wote yenka anopa ye obetimi atu America ko na ya hwew wokọ nso awon chekra ha bia ba kwa a value time pa ya active point dental clinic ye hwew intentem na wonyuma aka no wetimi akọhwe atoaso na afi nso sedam dika kan holiday no de ye adwuma mofra no ewo fie na mama bi ba o se kamia ye se nka ye se omo dental health issues ni nyina hye omo studies na omo ye no esan se fees omo tua na mofra ni bi wo ho a ne senye ene bia wonya kaka na concentration ewo classroom no low na ma na academic performance nyina ba form no de ko no hu ne se nka se awufo bia na school bia no omma dental issues ni nyina no resolve se na be ya mmofra no betimi anya self confidence ana esteem na omotimi de asua ade no nti uba active point dental clinic wanum nsense bia ha ni nyina bi yeye ewo honom ti bia na unye cleaning da ye kan cleaning na obi wo ho be ka se niam bi abeti tale meso ho na niam pese me ne se me koto brush no ye de na etimi awawa ano entimi nwa na ne ekosi 10 years entimi nwa da nemum ye di nimdie ene akade ebe yi sa niam ne nyina afirisi ho na nyarewa 80 to 90% no so wetimi ye clean na che se o yi sa nyarewa ne nyina ye den afiri honum sa plaques ana tatas niam asisha wosene no betimi amwanya kaka betimi amanumka wanya numka na afi nso osia chinyam gingivitis ana periodontitis ubetimi anya bi ni nyina ya ade a ekutia nipadua no menya hu bibia fitia no pakosi anwumre enteso oba nanum no opigu ha enti se moamoa ewo wanum na unhwe ni yie dia na ja se wo akro na ekọ nipadua num ekọ nipadua num a foul bloodstream ni mu a any effect bia carry bia no wonipadua no ebenya na afi nso oba ya hye nso a ye teeth whitening se wo sene color no ye wo factors ebetimi ama wo sene color no asesa ha ebi wo ho enyini mu ebi wo nso ye num asiesie no etosin wo ba bia betimi ama wo sene color no adiskala na afi nso
cigarette nom ene coffee nom bebre
no ma wo sene color no etmesisa tini nyina no oba yase ho no a mretie wom no na ye ma wosono ayefita pa ye ma wosono ayefita sana be ya wo sere a wo confidence se wosono a wo sere no ya de a nkotwetwe nkomofoforo bia ema ene ahwe abrante ne sen hwe ababo wa ne ababo kama se na wasere na ne sen ayesa no bra na ye ma wo se enye fita side effect bia eni honom na afi nso wutie me osen ba ko mienu miensa atu ana bi kura ni ho abra wosen no ye besi foforo ma wa obia hu wanum a ohun se esono artificial no akɔhye dabi na ye hwe wosen bobre eni kala wo wanum eni aye pepepe e de ahye ho de ama tenya afi na ofe wosen artificial e dabi anya sa na tie ne mum no ni nyina eye pepepe obetimi dia ya de bia esese ode osin eye bia no obetimi aye o kasa enfri nto na senisi no ye wo mu two types ye wo permanent one fixed one ebe ya ma wa untu bio ene obi nso wo hono ma ye ma wa okoda na wayi ato cap nsuo wom osori anopa wa huhuru ho ahye wa ade udidio unumu o kasa enfri nto wo wanum saa na pempi ne ye hwe videos bi na wo be nipa ne kasa na efrato dabi ano just for comic relief nya de a dentistry mo etesa enti bra na yensi wosono ema na afi nso utie me na bia wankasa ana oba ne sono enhihye yi obu okana no tuma na ne sono apie obu a ne sono afoforo so ana overcrowding asia se wo nanum no wo dodo chance ni nyina no yensuso anso a eba na mafra no ye mafra no bu na yamane pacifiers hadia ye de sha bofra no mu odidi agro no eno so onyi ye papa ne gam no nche dan develop ye to use extensively na etiminya nsuso anso ewo ne gam ne so enti se epushi ne gam ne ba anima obenyini no na sa na ne gam no ahyehye na sena ba hyehye so na ma nanum enhihye yi ana na seno enhihye yi na ne nyina no active point dental clinic edi braces nwanwaso aba ya friend fast braces na eye adwuma ntentem within 6 months no sana woseno ahyehye aye a wani nyihu bia no oba ye be ya ma woseno aye kama within 6 months na your payment plan emo bibiara oye treatment ibi na essence enye dakoro na odi ye nti yenyi sika ni nyina dakoro na mutu akakra na ne aka no ya spread ya mawa oba review bia no wetu akakra nti ye hwe se wosene ba hihye ntem no na o payment no so I am very flexible at the amount. Send be ya ubetimi aye abribia. Obi wo ho akwahye bi 1 year, 2 years, 3 years na gusu hye no. Correction no so take place ye bra. Ye betimi yi eno ama ne ahye foforo at the amount wa wankasa adanse a amanfo edi no onso ubetimi edibi. Friend was 055 457 1779 055 457 1779. Many wo ka say ebia wo se FMFM pa yi obu wo ha okọ party ahodo na eja anono die achele kama eso wonom no wontimi enom ha obaka say kikimesen da bi eyo hawa aba wo se no ho nti oba ni nyina no ye behwe obu won so ade ye hye wontimi emfa nkọ nanum ni nyina ye nsusu aso a aba wo se no oba ye behwe aye ni nyina ade ama na afi so uchu osi a moja eba obi wo ho no ma oni tokoro wo nisim na emum ne sinimu ewewe no ni nyina ye nsusu aso a aba wo wonum bra na ye hwe ensiesie ma so na be ya wonum ha ni nyina no obeyi afi ho no na uwo enum hawa third da bia eya na enya effect ewo mental health issues eso ha se obi sin atu ana ne sin kala no enye ha ni nyina no okonipa mu a na odwene se o ade a me koi ebedi me nkomo enti se na ese o express ne no hu nyina no ontimi enye ni yi enti eba na ye resolve dental issues ni nyina e ma wonya that confidence e ma wonya that self esteem no etimi relate with everybody obu wo ansa na ne kaka na eye no ha kaka na wewe ne pa okọ adwuma mu a ontimi concentrate ne research work na wo ya ona betimi ama atete no edura na adwokra ontimi enna ni nyina no eye nsusuaso a otu anamo ne na oba ebeyi afiri ho amawa obedi wo ho 1779 055 457 1779. Okay. Na locations no Accra ha ye Jowulu Presby Junction, Jowulu Presby Junction eho ene wo branch Okumase Denyame adjacent Ultimate FM eho ene wo your branch ewo Kaswa eye Crespo Junction ana Farmwork Depot no eho pe ene ye adwuma your branch Usunyane Oboase ena Takwa Achempem ha Western Transport Services ehola ene ye adwuma ye adwuma free joda ekosi kwasiada Monday to Saturday no all branches 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and a Sunday no Accra branch and a Kumase branch and kwani ye adwuma on a Sunday 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. ni nyina no ye adwuma holiday bia Ghana ye di bia no ye adwuma enti na sei ye adwuma to America na koju wenu ayaresa na etimi abo ye intuba active point dental clinic ya ka say come and abra and get a brighter whiter smile today
me that say thank you one every patcho was said this how bad ya confidence level crump ya na ekofom patcho ti call mo Jowulu me makọ hoda makọ experience intino I'll always recommend them for you wo ya assessment no why 50% aka 50% and I wouldn't am doors maybe okay but body tell enko because almost say principal ankasa half and half why principal on your principality okay well principal
half no?
Yes
the allocation of money for the Women Development Bank
yeah
I'm gonna get some better first 100 days it's almost only 50 million and 51 million and I call minimum 51 million to me be a bank but
it could be microfinance savings and loans yeah
institute a government policy banning political appointees from purchasing state assets.
What is the policy?
But President Mahama, this is not the first time. 2014 State of the Nation address.
What kind?
What can I say? Obe banning and appointees from purchasing state assets.
What can I say? What banning?
Aha, okay.
What can I say? What banning? And
in the end,
they go for toy.
No.
Or like I said, not done what you know was what you're from. No, see what one can say one tongue. The politics fee no.
Okay, say obele bill. Now was streamlining scholarship administration of scholarships. I demand politically exposed people. They forgetting that the NDC for people that are more benefit no. And so nye. I feel I say obasa I dem Bɛkyerɛ parliament.
No, you know, okay. Me whose headline be on scholarship. I think it's on graphic front page as it said.
We know, no, say they will lay a bill.
Okay.
In parliament.
So the bill has not been laid yet. Yes. Okay.
I feel it's also banning illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves, rural tree for life, and blue water initiative to heal and sustain and harness the environment by turning areas.
A hollow man is saying
me and half. Because
what my tree for life. And na
illegal mining there so
and the blue warriors as a him for
so half and half and so why
okay
by all the emphasis
okay
but Galam said there yen this
I feel quite this is the worst a year
what is the president Mahama or can say Saudi soldier for echo Galam say for chin subsidy nyansa nim
awaka
anybody can google it
awaka oh
nyansa nim no yeah amwa
and then the defense minister say
second term oh omane boama
say
alle baby ombeko soldier for e western
before laying that crop omane boama say enema akufado yeah very atrocious pa ne say waka say soldier for free forest reserve emrefi na it was a crime against the state
at the time na
meanwhile person ma say nyansa nim so the soldier for beko but they say no soldier for no omo ye for
and soldier for no mo come say no
omo metal is soldier for na
nyansa nim.
Oh, say I saw a face say Salvation Army. Maybe Salvation Army for na hormone to munye for a boys brigade okay yankoi
commence investigative process to peg the state security agencies of all militia and vigilante
anyhow
reopen investigation into the major unresolved criminal cases including the 2020 election killings
anyhow
I also West were gone by election violence.
That what they say
and then
zero.
Okay.
And I'm
half because or say Ahmed Swali.
Ahmed Swali denied.
Say say I'm kwachi.
No, that be yet ongoing investigation. The end or my something new one.
No, there's nothing new.
Yes, it's my half no if
you. So say obey competent VRA obey yenhwemu VRA spillage from Nakosombo and Pond Dams. Now no kra no man have hard for because already the crowd Mr. Parliament aye muhwemu dada.
Yes.
Ano kuja to eda no. Bi mu crowd the compensation po wo ho dada. Aye bo ha. But and so we the man have. Or say obey initiates immediate step to compensate flood victims, including those in Oti, Bono East and Savannah regions. Obey carry out shake-up of all loss-making SOEs and realign them to break even and transition them into profit-making entities. Or by no so in say
double up.
Okay. Ushe sabre no. Nyoma the promises here or mu wafeli more than 50% on touch cry. It moves also half and half. Ne video on share cry and have more than half no. Now they compare the first 100 days achievement of MPP. Pa
a dozen. Would have been a second run now. A second run no boy.
Now share omo at that time minority NDC. Omo ya assessment of Akufo-Addo. Of course at that time almost say Flagstaff House. Obi ko attack obi ni personal attack be you also.
Oh sa.
Say Nanka Bruce.
Nanka Bruce.
No. Now share say ebi mo ko attack court. Akufo-Addo condemn omo aka omo statement say Akufo-Addo enye hwe why are say wa condemn. Have you heard any condemnation from Mahama and arrest?
David
omo dey say Akufo-Addo condemn ama order say nkoche omo. Ama indeed you mom call court ye kochi omo e prosecute omo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me can Nanka Bruce as
fine e binumu kra.
Kosi prat Nanka Bruce.
Yes. So but that same minority, what would they say about the impunity ekoso
all over the country?
Adwuma hwe onim na o ka adwuma sem no. Kota kra no. Onim adwuma sem no. So we are director, be a Akufo-Addo time and MPP time. Unya chief executive, deputy MD, even PRO crampo. Na politically appointed position. Why across all resigning? What do you say?
Yes.
Let's be you are. It makes some sense. What do you say? MPP ABC, any other for Obama, ABC.
Say a political appointment.
The scale at which this time, no, the NDC do no, to the extent so be a for the as far back 2020, Ghana Maritime Authority, you 2020, worker on your politically a year. A political appointment. What go to civil service processing Juma 2020 also on coffee. My here nipa ba come born about and the MSA would cry na me yadwe. E okuje to ablakwa. Or say or buy or share ni no. All those who were even employed in December. No, because budget a capture omo na process started long before the election no. On pese be you omodi. Nti ono no minister. Oh, what they want?
You don't mind him. Or tembiano sanctimonious meanwhile so no. All right, I was for anti a movement television so esa won't me radio 95.9 program di Bɛkyerɛ special edition Good Friday edition no na ye de abano ade with the me if I this a personal attack but you didn't go to church. You too are. You won't let listeners go to church. Why? Yeah, and you better you a good friend will be asking a good friend of course. Share personal attack that go for the mammy one. And Captain Pastor, make why ho. Class captain. Hey Peter. Yes, men kwa ho.
Oh, sorry sir. From Paul, in fact, from Paul, what's now watch na holding. Was sending me message say on which KPIs are you rating the government performance?
Keep performing in education. I also obey you. Okay, my Musa question.
Someone from Paul, Mr.
Dabi.
What's your co at now?
Okay, Dabi. Akwasisi emra kwa. Won so se emra. Tie. Oh, my man question ba. Oh, Peter. Akwasisi emra kwa. What's one promise yes about Meba, oh, let you. Oh, Miss Ramon, anytime. I was say, a miracle, your bow, but may dang. So, me hotel. Ya quiet, ye na hotel. Near see what failure was the base on which KPIs. KPI say you are inability to fulfill that.
Also will be so. When so that is the KPI.
And my man fact a car me dear show so if I tell me. Hey,
we are
Mr.
By the KPI there you are wrong.
All right. But me quick boho. Ebo. Yes. Yes. It said the class captain the ko yes ye assessment ni via na ya TSC chief justice so edin. E ho da do ho de begu. Ye ko.
E dey kan ma me nchia ebusan for mo hwe. Na me nchia me nuanu me mo hia studio. I think say enra ye kekan bi say ban President Mahama ne expectations are woman na me nkan ho bi.
Eh sir,
because Obia unim ni dada no.
I would say. Is that back vocalist?
Obia unim dada na guess akra won so kan say o de ko hwe ne. Nti no me manage expectation because expectation be any for President Mahama. Me sha say actually so be Peter and DM. Na ma hwe one particular issue a omode kan mo 26 items no for 100 days no. Omode politics. Initiate a probe into the man-made disaster caused by the VRA spillage.
Okay.
In fact, one issue okuje to ablakwa. Any President Mahama at the year politics will enclave more power this particular issue.
Yeah.
I was thinking, say, true to the hours, so buy the first 100 days, number sure side. Time a case we buy, organizations be able see clinic, able see schools. Kofo ko donations bebe. Nti President Akufo-Addo ko akọ no year statement bi. Omo trust statement no. In fact, we na President ko agọ na so odi. Ka so mo kra mo nto aba ma me so. Unsa asemi di America kra ba. And I remember kwan a kuje to mu efa so twist ya dey way. Nti ebe se boko dey no. Kofo da be hu say after 4 years no omo nya compensation bia. Politics na omo dey here. The next thing the fight against Galamsey. Ade we aka. Me until say Mahama be change last minister ne Adan Krofobi no. Gide bi anim. And I'm say police for boys be China phobia, Erastus who and now they are making a move. We have seen all these things before.
It's a charade.
We have seen all these things before. Because Lance and Natural Resource Minister Nankasani and Cleveland, Galamsey air cost gidi. Political actors be Briwaban we more Oko Western region, Oko Western offer, Omuhina Galamsey. In fact, there was an NDC MPBR. I am for be cry a good sound in so. I don't know if high or Western of.
Me feel labby.
Good.
Almost Galamsey.
Galamsey.
Hey, jai.
And at the setting up of this gold board or more penning term and more activities being the mining sector no, clearly shows that they have an agenda for the mining sector using the illegal mining and other way. And right here, you see how Chinese will be brave. Take over some of the mining companies. It's no more for me or more chamber for Chinese.
Ibrahim Mahama agrees with our case.
It's there is no commitment to Galamsey. And in fact, I am worse under this government than the previous government. Then appointments. What's the President Mahama promises of being lean government?
Me sorry, Nini. Was say Iwomin Traditional Council banishes NDC MP over alleged disrespect and Galamsey allegations. Member of Parliament for of Iwomin, Oscar Ufori-Labi, has faced the anger of the Iwomin Traditional Council leaders following allegations of serious misconduct and disrespect toward the paramount chief and several divisional chiefs within the traditional area. His misconduct has prompted the Traditional Council to take a decisive and punitive action, banning the lawmaker who represents the NDC from setting foot on any land within the Iwomin Traditional area. They also perform a ritual by pouring libation and sacrificing a white sheep while dressed in black and red attire, expressed their disassociation from Ufori-Labi. They emphasize disrespect and Nomoko Oswako Kan Galamsey. Or say if he steps foot on this land, let him be dealt with drastically by the gods and idols of this land. We the chiefs are pouring the libation to dissociate ourselves from him, and so we don't want him to associate with any of our chiefs in our win. It is a Galamsey.
Yes, of course.
Galamsey ni bo muadi and sitting MP. And he free na etwa de su. Omo twa omo kumudwan abo atade fita kokori tuntum. Ese osi won ma ensu ni asase edini.
On
yeah, you are right.
On appointments, lean government. Ebia playing with words and semantics. Na Kufado. Ebia kano kreche Ghana for on the OE 120. Now President Mahama they also my promises 60. But in reality, NDC by in fact committee in task force square. And no American is almost 71 for all the ministries so far. Task force committees or more forming are there. But a ban
different committees.
Yes.
So be to the
yes.
Such allowance.
Yes. Almost
see so benum.
Na a ban yen deputy ministers yen fan crofon hihye bebia ene bebre kwa. For the first time me nim say Ghana hebie sida. Oko president Nankasa officer, your chief of staff for home. Oko vice president officer, your sanso chief of staff.
Yes. Yes.
Let me see that. President Mahama
say chief of staff at the office of the vice president.
Yes.
Ebi see that.
Asana opposite of your advisor on political affairs. Me who send a
Shamima Muslim or ye den. It's a deputy BB.
And as
the boss didn't they?
The boss is minister.
So it means you're deputy minister. No, but you're deputy minister. And what deputy to who?
Deputy to a minister.
No, and you're possible.
But on your deputy.
And so it means you have to be
presidential spokesperson.
And who is the boss?
The boss is
Felix.
Felix.
Who is the minister?
Who is no? But Felix has two positions.
It was deputy one.
Now money.
Ajana one, Ajana two penny.
Education ministry. How do you do so? As Minister of Education, Okra professors bear 5, Muna advisors.
Hey, sir, Empony.
Bakuna or UCC, NDC professor Bia. Professor Odro.
Oh, okay, Professor Odro. Yeah.
Odro. Any other people. See, President Mahama, a smart man. Yeah, well, Lance, Internet Galamsey issues and environmental issues, but now I'm worried. Yeah, well, Lance Ministry, boy. Yeah, well, Ministry for Environment. Mahama, I take Ministry for climate change and sustainability.
Environmental
issues. In fact, 100 days. In fact, if you say minister of state to say the but our full secretariat.
Yes.
Now, minimum down for 5 be no more in a year climate change. This is your technical advisors to the minister.
Hey, sir.
And a bit more hard. I'm representing minister on official function as deputy ministers. They read these speeches.
Yes.
It's we now on for a dream basso. Maybe agree John Dumelo quite a maintenance and no also Otukono right on Ashanti region
at the presidency.
Clearly, I saw no deputy agree.
So one technical person. Otukono the expertise will agree with the
of course, you know, deputy.
Aha. You should have made Otukono deputy minister.
No, he qualifies to be a full minister.
Of course.
Because John Dumelo Adeoye me was small tilapia farm, but they were cramming coho. See John Dumelo bet me am obi skasa onye poultry farm. Okojina no twitwa pictures. And then so a great person. Meanwhile, Otukono na obi anim sese no. Wakwa akoye no deputy director of agriculture at the presidency or something. And bebre happens. Oko director of diaspora affairs or presidency. Director for Blaster Experience.
Blaster Experience.
And they were deputy minister for tourism. Resoma.
4 departments.
Clearly, there is nothing like lean government. Now I hope say Ghana for when we na benya land cruisers. Yes, I know Kufaridoko 123 mobile here. But Obi also be system. In reality, we now point system quite is getting to 1,000 plus. The last in America, gender issue.
Gender
percentage. Mama promise
30. And President Mahama and you Ghana in a broken heart.
I remember under President Kufuor.
So we must.
I remember under President Kufuor. One person a ban gender issue. I know what teaching in pain. I know ye bampo. Since I saw a deputy chief of staff, boy.
But no question. By some incident did
what are they saying about this gender issue?
Onkasa.
Shamima Muslim MPP.
So when you one
yes. Since I because of the activities and behavior of civil society, you know. This only pound friend class on science maybe. Because Nipa no Babeka so President Mama and your gender and then no. Omo you politically exposed. But I feel say President Mahama will advisor on SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. And one key thing Sustainable Development Goals no insist gender equity.
Yeah.
It's for abaya from say we know. Come so parliament NDC minister MPs no more man also see MPP for. I don't know your appointment. I don't know your appointment. Into me the mechanic say Memo be any expectation behind President Mahama.
Oh,
when I can 2014, I said one of the key reasons are President Mahama cast Ghana car number plate in a young fan called green. To check so being caught or buying car winning.
Yes.
And so Korea Ninia Bay. I see no is a presidential Joyce Bawamita
at the city.
On upon a can caught cars in the Inti Nipa and the behavior answer and Ghana for Nipa no only expected Empire Bonnet said to say the Peter Kano. MPP as a party no quickly. Yeah, reorganization.
Yeah.
Now almost share your mind so you better drag idea cause confusion almost some margin.
Oh, the one you better
so conquer some margin. Now you regroup because we are President Mama the idea.
And that's what the
baby.
Oh. All right. Was for enti ebuamwa and motene kase also kasa no na menko prof kiwo ala me alaji mra ho
also now how are they now wo
assessment no
assessment no okay me there mamen chia ashefo native me ba no
but ya nhwe ha say no
mama me shadow boxing wo in particular godon
but the mention is ya nhwe ha the first one
oh say me
why are the
metima hwe nani ma kasa
hey sir
ade America no say nipa na America fa no ho ti nim ka America
95.9
me ba no ma me shadow boxing
say dentist bi ba ha so mo nom de be coffee o mo yi coffee ne de menja nom wo ya wo ha wo ho
Debi no ono cheche enema di pa wo ya etima wo se ye brown
me wo ekra me pon me call me coffee base nti mo ye
Debi so hey ya we dia ye wa hwe ya pon me tibini ni sifo momo ya pon hwe me tibini ni sifo ko wa hwe obemia me wa
obemia o mene
ah la ji fa na be fa to basa ko ka to basa and would
my assessment now the moka na ye written the ye chiragu ho me be can and written ones
okay
the omo chiragu book so now so mobile esi eni kakra na me bosso as for the written one me pass bia ma many prof q any coca and written one no first by within 90 days 3 journalists ya chiomo bam ya arrest 3 journalists free speech any bibia under threat ewo mama abemu na second one say unim say I must say omuchro wo is operation operation no operation recover all loot onim say as operation no omo ye sa omo gather of konkonsan na eya gossips na omo gather ye no
yes
e de come presidency no you so hand over
to the
AG
yes
onim say oye in major press conference no o say no de omo mba so
yeah, no but AG no is on record to have said nka prosecution best started last month
enye oral in fact a member of oral committee our former auditor general or say or no catch Ghanaian say near money bebre wo ho no they need further investigations to ascertain the veracity of allegations na home
that's
until no say anything na me say na concern any gossips and o ma gada on so ma moso now instead of operation I don't know cry na operation recover all loot no o ma ye no okla
okra don't say that.
Oka, sorry.
Oka, what is it?
Operation Clear All Looters.
Clear yeah, no so see.
O my no Oka, enu so see.
I see, yes.
O mo ma di aban esusu say state esusu say o ma di braga na boni a edi o ma akokot no. Seminole court o ma clear ni nyina.
Yeah.
O mo ye Ghana for GD so o mo ye looters no. O ma within 90 days no, o ma clear ni nyina. Operation Clear All Looters.
Yes.
That's number 2. Eno o man fa share book mu o man fa share manifesto mu eno enye yi a unwritten contract.
Yes.
Number 3. Over 16 army officers Muhammad virtually or the
more than 16
means over 16 major army senior officers Muhammad because of the appointment I will say obi our head of a year won canon o de na adwin won ka ne yi mo no police a ode ba no on ka ho for the first time me hu Peter the Fourth Republic say because one na kita sa record no in 2013 obeka ono na ma over 10 army general sekofie at this point we upgrade no me won say research na aba we ne ma oye no enye upset a research o we upgrade konanim or the kosoro research and they say obe starting bibia fresh
yes
and yes na research no yeah understand
it is actually an upgrade
mpa ne ma mo ye wo Ghana nyina ye upgrade in fact omo ye upgrade omo na omo peja mu nti Peter onim say omo so o meba o kan o say omo so omo abolish taxes bi
yes
on say omo so omo abolish mensa onim say surreptitiously
yes
Oma increase lifespan of about 5 and now no more increase ebi
yeah existed tax on Oma increase
Oma dey akọ 2028 in fact Omo dey yi law am na me wo hot dan na Omo ye amendment Omo extend the sunset clause no nka be si 2025 Omo dey akọ 2028 me wo Omo so ma yi bia agum covid no dey enter Omo yi Ghana for month ye covid no a mask more than COVID levy, no, a mask more than e-levy, any way, friends, betting tax combined.
No, but now almost say COVID the term. That is not still a
in fact, campaigns are the why
and I'm the question manifesto.
Exactly, so me
COVID yarea
aba oh yeah introduce ultimate meaning.
The organization destructive than the COVID disease.
Onim nti almost say COVID no COVID etwem na yɛda so tua COVID ba within first 100 days omeyi free also omeyi 11 free omeyi betting tax free ho
but COVID
no de omoye onim de enter me say ema ska more than the two levies omeyi no combined we wagadre we asan excuse no mo man say omo ne IMF say egwo o dey member omo no akoka neema bi na omo aye because of our system ne neema IMF if omo ben about taxes how pay so yi una govern IMF on aye who kai say when 2017 MPP by President Akufo-Addo buy unim said there was VAT taxes be invoice say a banking sector VAT on a financial services.
Yeah, it was taken out.
Satam no Ghana under IMF program.
Who under IMF?
Na any under IMF program. Na Akufo-Addo ko who IMF for answer na oyi free. In fact, first in the first budget we did he see IMF?
No.
Wagadre. Ghana for muntie ni ye. Then onim so omo buy ye. Omo kan se bebre say oh scared ni ho. Nti Ghana for nyina ye nu omo Ghana West ko ye meeting say omo pompa cho. Na scared ni ho. Ya mamo 10%.
Yes.
Ya mamo worker salary 10%. Increment. Omo wie ya Ghana for e di 10% ma omo na omo budget omo de buy ye no. Office of Government Machinery salary by the presidential staff has more name over 700%. Almost salary increase.
Yeah, Alaji min no.
Yes,
but ushe omo assessment. How do I do you assessment the minority assessment of 100 days of Akufo-Addo 2017? I see the kind on government machinery.
Yes.
Or see the minority in Parliament. I'm quoting from page 7. The minority in Parliament during the debate of the budget lifted the veil on the staggering 1.5 billion budgeted for the office of the government machinery. 1.5 billion. And then Sika Eco presidency 2.7 billion.
You see,
you are almost 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
This is almost 2017.
Okay.
Almost 1.5.
In fact, in 2024, Scanwa Akufo-Addo Nina Banspend on Office of Government Machinery was how much? 346 million Ghana.
But the 1.5 that time not about 7
agencies.
We're under the government office of government machinery. Creation of yes,
almost office of government machinery, and yet
somebody special initiative.
Akufo-Addo spending 346 no. It was president for 2020 for salaries. Right, compensation and every compensation no. Almost say those were but omomo dear no almost so so link government so called link government as a link government no. Omo call saying 2.7 billion. Ghana for Muntini. This is a government you are. Nse many are both say or no more Ghana for more GD or your mama who are and the more dear Mumfamu GD. Me no yanka home.
Yati. It's why we draw GD no.
I told say I was not missing me so support no. GD Ben I mean many opinion many GD one so.
President Mahama. To the extent that you can be quoted as saying managing the data of the Constitution newspaper. Oh no, I have no hope in John Mahama. Says I have no hope. I have no hope in John Dramani Mahama. Says managing editor of Constitution newspaper.
You can quote me anywhere. In fact, you can even quote me in front of him.
Now there were teaching what to talk about Parkers. Remember the microphone and okay, I carry my microphone.
They are better so.
Okay. I carry my microphone.
Let me
Let
me live. What the number?
Oh, that's an invasion, but yeah, tolerant. Yeah. How do yako to aswa? How do kasa?
Oh, say the only acting mouse I didn't ask.
I won't want
because me say I pick it. Me say, okay, send family home. Now me say me I do okay yeah. O say I would do. Obianu say me come.
I then say you now form more the other side of the political divide. You omuye central for no back on aba. Oba be shy. Aha. Na to buy no see the community cost no. What was say so? Why be there to say aha. And as some see this was I fed the kakaka or microphone. Ebe microphone no. Ebe microphone no then a loom say akwaya Sectoral trauma dia akwa ne ma mema nu for so wonom and na akwaya twetwe ho was wo de men no ma ma mema nu for no wan me beji anom e o to mu ya o ben akwa ma mi abo ya ko to de
that I'm now what to num
back seat when men pass on I didn't see you. How do you a minute never wrap up?
Almost say someone bought forest for a year very say galamsey. Yeah. Nim say omo did they say President Akufo-Addo ama as law bia ye mine of forest. No more bon ye for omo repeal. Yeah. 100 omo how many days?
100 days. Still omo
repeal.
Dabi. In fact, almost say omo portions. Now there is some sense and wisdom in the fact that some people will have to be able to be visiting the forest.
Visiting to do what?
Or upgrading the car say obey businesses.
Yes.
Also obey businesses. It's not good
so
to
the
destroy
law
businesses.
cannot entirely be
until time Akufo-Addo na banya say some people say enyo biana law no doesn't allow everybody to enter forest.
Yes. And so, not all forests.
Not all forests in Kwampo. Yes. So what are they amending? Say Omega, what are they amending? Only say
1 minute.
Oma mo je sanema media coalition
against illegal
mining. Almost say law no repeal.
Yes. In fact, that was the Labour Ukraine
yes,
position.
Omo repeal. There is no need for amendment.
Hey. Obviously, please tell Alaji to be patient with Malam John. But you see, it's so intriguing. Say, all of you could respond in unison. Say, John Mahama. I never knew. What on is after Malam John? And they are called nicknames. So, Malam John Bekanidi home. But what's Wajatum? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, obviously, one you too. Hey, we're the tiny minority. Yeah, Alaji. 30 seconds, never wrap up.
In fact, now more boss say, and yeah, no more cite example say, Akufo-Addo buy they were dismissals, public sector workers, and since 1992. Rawlings started this republic, Fourth Republic. Have you heard a mass dismissal? A quantum way about where I am like a
Dabi. So a record breaking.
Backdating
as far back as 5 years. Have you seen this before?
No.
Say Messi Omo upgrade here. Say a resetter and can never see on your na bonnie see in your na come betcha in a go. Young guy say, dear, see first no air bonnie. When you are resetting now. Cancel because that was a promise of them Ghana for.
But they are behaving as if the NPP
NDC phone to Abamamo. And unfortunately, but maybe they are a demo. Oh, more, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, can't send you. Me, you see.
It is not human.
You know why I'm saying this. I've not even completed.
Okay.
I've not even completed. The entire say
the worst is yet to come from you, Meboa.
NDC for omo campaign ma NDC for omo kan idea dismiss omo say Akufo-Addo ban di boni. Akufo-Addo na fa omo adwuma mo. So Akufo-Addo boni ama the government must go. Omo ye fa omo under Akufo-Addo no omo ka ho NDC for
and no ya no kre.
And no na make say eye me dem.
Me mienu
Now,
NDC for Omajuma abom. But it doesn't mean say or say the papa because I would
man can say ya de pa.
So say you de. No, but for Omaluso Omajuma. Omunya political.
But me
ya now or dismissing in panel. You see what was the objective of dismissing?
Me ba could be me ayi die men so. But Peter Titi.
So adwuma be bow.
Ba could be me dead on this akwa no. The certificate ko say gifinisem.
Oh, wonso.
Tie. What na fi e na MPP abamba no ma wadwuma. E na o teacher ni ya da ro ni video no ho. Teacher ni a ya man post. Ya man appointed oko. And yes wo se wa ankoto aba. Omo ye ni interview. Was a one cotwaba, and almost added one cotwaba, was a baby with 3 cotwaba no, and what I say, Imuwa Kakra, the transportation to Uncle Twaba, ye buy ye unity. And soon. Rain, one fata wompo. Let pass send Jimmy Jane.
So, Martin, but short journey. On the short journey.
Only the next to come. Peter, I would but for 30 seconds. Far up.
Only the entire me say me there. And yes, me they say ya pamo. But me they say o mo tie say warning na e dey am say we you can't trust these people. Cause o mo di boni dan pen. O mo they continue. You can't say only say me area time yeah doom meti taifa doom I never experienced light of I koso e what taifa obi oti taifa brabe kachero.
But they say that you experiencing it.
My goodness. Sometimes
obi mobia the shop.
Oh, that's
sometimes we like to call within 1 hour. It me call 5 times or 5 times within 1 hour. And sometimes within 1 hour quite me call off 10 times. And a call off as well. Sometimes you may call her 2 hours. Now, Obe sending message say, oh, Charlie, me light talk for no way. I send say, oh, now a quadra so awful. Now your friend say, Latabio is so awful. I dear no, I'm many. But you see, assessment, no, and proper assessment in Ebeba. Because one say MBB and this on my presented budget, and on my promising them a big push. I also obey saying
big push net $10 billion.
$10 billion.
Meanwhile,
get to know they buy on my $800 million. That is just allocation. Allocation is not release. If I even allocation why only little over 13 billion Ghana cedis. Big push, the 4 years will be over 150 billion Ghana cedis. In your first year, why you less than 14 billion? That is just allocation. Some more ye Martin say most of we move create how many 6,000 every day.
How do you background be man? I was a funny managing editor of Audu Mahama, managing editor of the custodian newspaper. Now and this still now what can I say? He has no hope in the presidency of John Dramani Mahama. Mamenko Kukaso and the Kuka de 6:45. No aba agenda nyame koka di wo hine
okay code of conduct me say anamre afi the first code of conduct is to make Japa the hunter to terrorize people.
Any code of conduct
the key code of conduct to make Japa a hunter. So be owo sika bi owo aben mo wo nimdie bia konifie na ko say normal. It was a code of conduct. Okay, so be review taxes. No person should know who containers do or more to me akofa free. Ebe cause financial loss to the state. Say ye who baby e wo ho. Oni pa kro no san cause financial loss. Containers ni ya no opeso yi ani e ko tamale say illegal de ben. Illegal connections or tamale the usage of electricity. But Kaiwe Mama Mreso Boko Adani Gaza Gold Coast Adani Cocaine Coast Galamsey Aye Ascendancy Ghana is engulfed with doomso. Wa wujakwa also wo fie etema ma din pe na eko off. wa uja wa so wo fi the name mama keke manu to me call off
eja gas ana
sama so me gas am de aduane besi so no obi frɛ mama be call off
da be o gas na asa
debi because wo ka wie na wo body ni wie na eja na transport food prices prices ekosoro mama kai asama o ka say Ghana for boa no yi chief justice no yi easy free hoa the kenke price and other things will come down ono a nipa ba ko no say fuel prices as a dear oh yeah friend request e social media and no answer oh like
the body
food price na ekosoro no and say social media request no answer oh like accept your pages no so
kwa na eko
Ghana for say ye did he levy said then or see you munya abutre me you free mu or say me timba bi na mo say me mfa mo mra wo no de buy and or say 1% mo say mo mpe and here me ma mo 14.57 electricity no ma mo water bill 4.0%. Udi bomu a 18%. U pay metu mu 10%. But me taxes in increment na 5% per and I made to me the amount. That's your mama for you.
And wording.
Or say
and what
your campaign no e binim yomenim e kan no ma bi kire no. Mu nyina na mo public sector. Tam o ka say oba back na mo amoa no nti obi a oba ya ohwe na usu ni mfaso o ma no no wayi wadi nyame so a yesum no na o ye adwuma no NDC for na e majority o mo e yi o madwuma na di sese nyina atigo wa mo obi 78 million into radio station bi any mpanifo bi o mo kasa bebri wa mo madwuma sese a Christopher bi ti say your friend is saying Duncan Williams bi na no ka say oh ko hwe Ghana we wa ka asem or say if you are expecting change in 2020 where eta emma
I was 4 years now
enso
ami hu publication
aha ite na o kasa
o say dey
o say anya possible o say if any ba be reset into be dey no when you hu change
me ba to aso why me tie why
oh yeah eda dey buy oh ya share sapo musu Mahama is the hope yeah
to aso why hwe chen
national security e drum person we answer terrorization mun terrorizing crofo mun creating imbalance na mintu menyam in fact Mahama can say we have a crime scene but fail Matthias say Ghana is the modern day crime scene obi to me be catch you say oh me suspect say cocaine or what parliament e wo to me so kasa no asesa asoka boys address it say afa o makum ponche wi o maprapra wi afa police ntare afa tuo ko bi fie
e an sharp tare kra
e bi se source
and obi address it say Tupac akọ papa ni fie kwa akoye ya chi cocaine street value $5 million.
500 million.
2 million total.
Make me a catch us enne ubusa narcotics control for say powder ne
in 90 months.
Obi ani baby a powder no.
Say enframa na ebo a etimi edum uja no. Tie enframa na ebo a yebo jom ha di na etimi edum uja no. Sa enframa na abo ma powder no so ehuko.
Is a hope.
Ya chichere. Kwa we.
That say wa cheap cocaine. Wa cheap gold. Any dollars?
Yeah.
Ye chewie
computer say computer no on the head him fa Rashid
come on
o say ni enya na fake
to aso a
on it o say enya ni na fake give fake
ubusa say nkofo dodo say ne I employ ewo presidential as presidential staffers it me ma figure no ubusa nkofo dodo a ya mo political appointments say technical head technical C dia ya kran say nkofo na omo ho bon koke mu nyina say omo grow they have developed they are now technical directors
ebi mu ko ho
technical directors enti say ubusa me say Mahama the 10 years no
The 100 days
100 years no wakyerɛ mo sɛ
100 days,
on se sanda
yes.
100 days on se sanda de unim na nipa na unim na papa na yɛ ka sɛ ɔyɛ incompetent na
dada no a ara busafo enti koka voice na motie no bacho sade me koka ka asem bi me de ama sisi a Archbishop Duncan Williams asem no indeed wo kan me de ama de fato so na en flash na enkofo ehu headline was saying it's a joke. No real change will ever happen within 4-year term of government. Duncan Williams, it's a 3 news for and I'm was it
my journal?
Yeah, it's a joke. No real change will ever happen within 4-year term of government.
Until 4 years, the change now.
It's a joke. No real change will ever happen within 4-year term of government. It is our opposite. Mom was saying. It is opposite. Your President Mahama said 10 years and now I said your Caribbean or fashion within the 4-year period. Also, bet me I papa. Me saw the way the tranche kakrama politicians in Kasa Asiri. It was na akwa bekasa de Prof K so nyanka bi
that be Prof K and last year
Prof K to boase Prof K Prof K Prof K eti you put Prof K we free Central region and now on waba we one of the communicators
The deputy captain.
for the meantime okay but na and then me assessment we are na and the rules we assessment of Mahama 100 days now I think 2 days ago the rule
Okay.
and you know the will be kept and akwaku okaka kra no qualify for that video no what I say na or their tombs and am boy say na be how many minutes be 5 minutes ana your assessment of President Mahama 100 days no
Special day.
me person you replay the wo ye no it is I don't know so be hu dia Prof K try to me yanko
me pa nchama chifu ene nya no Bɛkyerɛ a yɛhyia wa na me kan say enso bi ahwɛ ma ho fama ya makokra
awo
na otwe ebe
awo
ebe na yi bi dan kwan ewo me am krom say bi kwai nti yesre atiefo ne yamfo say mo mbetimi bia no mo me kan
yeah
kata mo echi pepe bodo
minua
na me fi ase no me dem ba ha che tete che ye fan konfo ase si o himbre bi ba and don the money Mahama o wa ni afa journalist
temporary rapture munya microphone off that be Prof K koso but the devil kind yet so mu twa Peter yen the microphone no ho but wo dey off na Peter Prof K to aso o microphone off mimi yakọ Prof K yakọ
reasons ye dey fan for no minim semra fofo bi abagana ha e bia time na ndc wo opposition no na any body because all the MCS say misinformation and miscommunication I don't need
it you almost say false communication and the false information
nipa samra na bada ben atie for mo munim no mo fan send
no e wo hoda da se bia
na wo hoda dia
Mrano wo ho ba nipa
current President Mahama must be arrested.
Ade.
This is somebody who assembled the diplomatic community. Eko ka say eko show video. Was vigilantes.
Aya was go.
Boache jako ye wo fa se mache jako ayiase.
Aya was go na de.
Yes. Eka say sa video no sa vigilantes na wo video no. Omo ena ewo ye wo fa se mache jako ayiase. Eba beto odwa say
ena nya nokre
ni a wo hu wo adukrom ho ba bi ena ne mfefo ekwa akojam no enu video no ena ono kofa video enye nokre and the culture diplomatic community.
That's true.
Na be to boasa me be say wo san change mu bi me meti ase but e be na tie for anti ase aha
emrana
false information and false communication.
Say eni ho dada say afi na abade a so na say 8 years ago na sa emrana wo ho dia the crime has no expiring date and omo kofa president Mahama current president omo kofa
say why den
ono and o show video e diplomatic community say oyam hwe vigilantes a omo wo ye wo fa se matia jako na yi ase vigilantes NPP vigilantes na wo e ba beto odwa se na enye say yie na se video e na o de ko kire na mo police ni a wawu e wo baabi a ne mfefo kwa ko jam no e no hu video e na ono ko twa sa video e na o de ko kire diplomatic community ni se eye ye ofa se matia jako na yi ase so obeka ya ofa wache jako ebeka se oye bad face liar oh Ghana ase.
In fact wo frɛ ayi diplomatic community ne kwampo no ogada videos bebree any publications and all I think say produce wo baby and wo ko show sini di kyerɛ mo say opeso wo kyerɛ say ye MPP fo enko fo lo mo koye sa ade no ewo ayewa so gone by elections na say ba ko say twa atro na ka bi ewum wasi mo hwɛ sa ka we e ko ha say ye no a no mo sa de ba election ase be ye bone eso no san aboa nti de woka no esa de ti
me come anim no
ba se be the assessment and okay we would TV yi free
oh we me
assessment don
who assess president
The character ni hina
you say na okay
eh mati
obi a o lead Ghana who assess na ban
ono de kwanu di agra
and high tension
susu dia na ono di susu nkofo e de fa omo na kese se sisi a san fa St. George ayawa so west work on issue you go and kill a man in his house e koko pie mu na ni parka no yes he said that e koko pie mu the person was not even at his house
prof me pacho bra you should cook you say why you still need that so you look mama my yeah but nkofo so mo say dan tini you should
no e koko pie mu no na nipa no kra na yesu ni fie and so na St. George allege say you go and kill a man in his house na enye no kre but yes sankofo godon quickly no afina meba me assessment no so me de
na the first way na dey e ka ho
no de ono de assess nkofo no na de bi assess no
okay
afina meba ono akasa ne de so na assessment
be mat wo be hia board mass
na sorry
bra
medina ne ma mienu so education and agric specifically under the cocoa sector and tro omo beje na within the cocoa sector na de utia ekopoku kasa na ebebre ebi on the floor of parliament ebi afi the
masa bi pachofato use what prof so mami na enda koka so koka
finance minister the current finance minister so ye be increase cocoa near there cost 7,000 omo ma time obi ma 1 month so omo ba ma obi ma 2 months in all the narrative no ebia ni ho a na nka ebedu ene ya me ne wo kase ya ye wo epu no na nka ye nto kokoo mu
enso so
na godon ayo se ma aba ne se NDC government has set the stage for our cocoa beans to be smuggled out of this country.
How?
Between the effort of Ghana Cocoa Board and the Locansi du Café Cacao of Ivory Coast, Cocoa Board no and only din no. Omo ye bibi se omo beto cocoa akatu ebo ni mu. Say the be relatively the same. Say be ya ebeyi smuggling free. And sana epu second ye ba beto Ivory Coast cocoa mu no. Na Ivory Coast cocoa the bag Ghana equivalent na ye 3,075 Ghana cedis. Omo tu mu sisia no. 3,577 cedis. It is a difference, you know. eno na bema nkofo asmoge koko no e de free ha sei no because da bia nso wo ye na se omo de no e wo soro chen Ghana de na eno no lead to smuggling but say atiefo adwen course so getting to latter part of last year and I fan say beginning of last year to the end na Ghana France smuggle koko enko every coast afi do ba bi no bete Cameroon edu ba bi no bete Gabon e homo na e de koko ne ko because na every coast de na enye attractive dim go down e ba ne say ne ya bedu ba bi e yedu
this is what saying
from September last year na world market price of cocoa na 7,000 as of September na 7,960
okay 7,960 eno na aban ne tum no odi kan tum ko 3,000 Ghana cedis eno osan de 1,600 esan de kan ho e mani by November no 1,600 no de kan ho potentials ni biaba
eko kodu 3,100
potential
bono
yes
asat me beba ha ntina me hwe niema kakra asat April 15 na Coco
Daudu hwe o se de prof K wa echeche Coco zezem no na he has kept somebody in spellbound just said bakoro o hwe ni din ontimi nka bi hwe ni din hypnotized facts and figures reality yes. He's spellbound yes. Twaso pronividium
as at 15th April na adia na 7,000 as at last year September na $7,960 per ton na akodu $8,249 per ton na yenya $289 ene de aba beka ho
okay
but we are making nyina no the living income differentials LID $400 per ton one bag bia wom $25 no eno kran ka ho
yeah
but today entro yekoka che kokko akuafo say ye ba ye beto kokko mu na danko akufo ado ene Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ene ne MPP nipa bonefo bodon MPP eba aban Cocoa boy ye ba beto no 475 Ghana cedis per ton per bag ye fi akonwa so no na 3,100 Ghana cedis that is 552% increment now no ade esan ye wanwa but on the international market front no ye ba be fa no $2,619 per ton but ye free so no na ye 7,960 that is just 203%. Iti nanado danko akufuado Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia etumu over 500% by increment omunya and offset from 2016 the baby do time I did free so now ya around 203%. Iti ene every coast for and out to omukoko mu ama omo de no akosoro e de achan ye de they promise paying 70% of the world market price but wofia musisi they are paying 38%. Yes,
ampa
38%. In fact, in that was near 38.64.
Any who?
Yes. And only you
39.
And only you
okay, 39.
Ediama Ghana akuafo. We are making obi office nim koko politics mo kakra na ana trade ni mo kakra beka say aden na ye forward sales but rather no I'm doing sport sales analysis. Enu na mode ye tama ye bekwa akoto ye bekwa akoto aba ne eda bia ye betum bia no NDC eba na o ma ba be ye
they say just spot price
na
yes fire forward sales
but enu na omo ye it said your
disingenuous
said your one now no sa na order
okay hey, as convict akofo ka ebe ye ana mo pe numbers in okay
but
yeah
the one now no sa na order it ye catch ye maame nom ne ye papa nom koko akuafo se bibi papa bi anim ene wo hwe de wo world market na anya hwe nkomo 70% na a omo so omo betua no anko omo betua 5,562 we nyina meka no Every answer now then another near LID in Beba Beckham
400 no.
Anka no bema a be 385 Ghana cedis per bag at the about Beckham. Godon, me trim home at the free cocoons and some name about education sector.
Last
last year. Omoka saw mobile double track or mobile year free ho.
And Salomon the court 2020.
Omo can brophobia to restore normalcy.
I said that Abodambia baby.
Just I didn't enya normal enya papa. Omo share ya ebrene ya so no. Ena Haruna Dusu Babeka
Education Minister.
E ka kire say omo be abolish double track by 2027.
Is it beginning?
At the end of 2027.
That's the beginning. Okay.
At the end, enya normal no. Ghanaians will now have to live with the abnormality till the end of 2027. After you hear niema ande wo.
Reality check.
There is na enya no. Na wo hwe contact hours e what double track ma. Within a year no. Na ansana double track beba na 1080. That's 1080 hours. Double track at the core 1134. 1134 hours. Into Ushema ni yenya extra 54 hours ene de aba beka ho.
Yeah, ni na mo senye.
Eno no ya
ma eso cheche counter hours na ma etifo.
Contact hours no eye ebra nkwala ne teacher fo nya. Nkita hodi omunya ye de kire omade no. Ansana double track MI ye no na afini nyina no hours no eye 1080 hours. Double track by at the hours no at the 1134 hours. A BMA samba can win abnormality now and it's a call for reset. Young share promise I demand a headmasters. Sir, ye disikabe mamu.
No, go to
Namu de akojom, moakasa mwako akodidra.
Aponchi.
Na mo atoto niema ene mo antimi kura mo betimi akọ ayi kwame obo ade se kiskiski Kempinski no kansa mo be kọ kiskiski na mo akoto aduane na mo de abre nkwala no na o mo
Martin gache o se ni wache no waje dia na
hwe ade
Okọ eso kwa bruchiri
enuane na NDC fo ni bi describe say sebe omo nkrama kra omo mfa ma omo no
President Hamale kan then opposition leader.
Ya to abani wie enuane na egu warehouse no kobu ani yi enuane no minim se na omo opotre fans omo fia na omo de come omo because enuane no enya aduane anipa di according to omo enya aduane anipa di
da be na come dey amanfo ofie
esu enne hwe ya kasa ye ba se enya covid ne ba ya we gave ourselves 7 years say within 7 years we were going to face out double track me no kasa sisia ya omo mane ye te say schools ni nyina na ye double track 65% of the schools are single track.
Yes
65% of the schools already no are single track. Buffer stock ye ka say ye be year free ho near the scanner mom no stay buffer stock ya na supply nuane which nuane ni wo because the suppliers no be supply nuane no ye di kan you omadi it when our expect some for nuane no schools no
it's almost set up another committee.
Yeah,
committees in the be supply nuane no mo be recruit nkofo afi omo no be suppliers omo be kwa supply nuane
me say omo buy about 40 committees
ye de ntro
what we ho
Odon ye de me de manu besi
okay
ye de ntro ene ye de ababeji to me na me ka che Ghana fo se sa suban na ye hu ye no senior di donko bonwum bi osi munya na nsia munku no no be dan chemfo abeka ye
me da se all right abuza for enti
no bilabi
Nyerere alisema kuamini.
Message say ye na ye nkwa asore ne ene ye se man nkofo so nkwa asore na ye nya lawyer ni panyinipa mo defend ye former minister of energy Asare-Bediako was what you guys are doing in the studio is also bringing light to society that is also Christianity. And Asare-Bediako they were there was saying Christ endured the silence of God in that awful moment knowing that his cry will be answered and that through his suffering the nations will be blessed. Iti Bɛkyerɛ Jako and Edu Boss Mekaji will be a say what will be. All right, enti Prof Bright Ubejina wa kasa na asa obokoto ho. Ebo patcho man ba Bright kwana. All right, enti Yemia Bright and now Wababeka Yensano Yemia pa, but unfortunately he's on the other side of the divide. And you know your assessment of President your assessment of so we are look at say we are not the road that Sebastian it was all
no Tuesday me and some make a final report no.
All right, Bright you go. Let them to say
God on meda wase
one kwa sorry ne
bibia mu da ho kama
one kwa sorry ne
so far so good man kwa sorry na said ya opening kai for God and country and who adwuma
okay abro so
ni nyina ye nsira
okay
na the send yatna say na answer and me da wase this is my first time on your show
yes
I'm having a good time even though I mean this is a very skewed program against man
that me person can from responding
against me sound so subio
say
a bias program
against
the very government in the first 100 days of coming into power. I think that John Mahama presidency, I Juma as in any government under the Fourth Republic.
Okay.
Inti,
why you be?
Oh, the my come so. Said they mekano. Me I would start your can say on impressed by President Mahama Mambo. Any news?
Okay.
Any news?
Okay.
And them higher.
Any news is a citizen of Ghana say.
No. Any news say.
Citizen.
Any news say.
Citizen of Ghana. As a citizen.
Because over 56% of the voting populace Tuaba and ma President Mahama mandate say on lead on my way no. There's a confidence say wo ni mu no. I would do on
56 now. It is on your gun and beam.
And yes, on your gun on
your taxpayer beam.
Yeah, your confidence in President Mahama no. In his first 100 days
assessment.
Because you have genuine assessment. Genuine assessment. Mama, mama, come on,
hey, that could be junior day.
Yeah. To Obama President John Mahama no. Udi kind who can say me say Unya Bright or what the other side. My main president me need the other.
Who are the other side?
Me politician. I am a normal citizen. Be a normal citizen. No. Seminya politician. Just a man to about me to my president John because I believe say I'm one and a woman no John Mahama and I change reset na ye penno.
Okay.
And in the first 100 days, no, I'm very satisfied with John Mahama's performance because here to abano, yeah bre, ewo. Sikaka krebe to mobile money so you transfer be my mommy, you transfer my girlfriend, you no ma, you titi ye no, and any hope you. Yes, John Mahama.
Okay.
And missing tax. Yeah, you car, you call by the idea.
One year, missing tax.
I know the watch.
That be bright. See. That be bright. See, I tell me back.
And missing tax.
That be bright to That be bright. You for. And we a gentleman. What school? School. And then me ball my men person will be cano baby.
I would say
because we are young.
I would say. Obien no wa.
Or minimum.
Over MPP needs na wa. If you crama crowd would answer say Ghana ni bia.
That be and yes sir.
It's no what you can say about school near any problem.
A mission na me busa. A mission tax no that better mo ji.
Ah, tomorrow year free.
emission tax that won't come as why find your man one fast mama I was so prove emission tax no yeah trim
Mami kasa
emission tax omo je da
kasa mi interjecting
sir
yes see President Mahama fiaso the was say we year emission tax if you amayen
hey
ya ba abemu passport bo nipa ebre ye say ye nim fifire ye nya sika MPP aban to mu no Mahama eba ebete so ya ba abemu ya see ye friends Muslims omutu kwan ekọ hajj any ade ya ti omu cost so we ni aban papa reset Mahama promise yen ye ni da say ye hwe ogusu etu ho anamo. There are lots of other things. Get fund has been uncapped. A number of things are aban way diegu akwemu a oye meka biom ya to abama aban way no we are satisfied. Ye ni ji ejuma no minwie mama minwie
o da bi kas we o me kas we bi I would do obeba to aso afraid do
na me bet na hay ne manima bebre akoso a everyone say you they do baby you can't do things over and over and expect different results. Yatsnaha bastardizing opposition and then opposition NDC akasa kwa MPP and then ako opposition.
How the bacho koka bacho won ko to do no fa ki e dey bi otum bo mu kuta nya hwe
more distracting me
to boss right
defeat a BC that change
but assessment
yes because the assessment bar out to a man John Mahama this mandate say young lady on my way and call the promised land that's Mahama heading into 2 year these people are satisfied and yet the entity your purchase say John Mahama 100 days no on to me here and the papa bia TV. Is that what we are saying as a people? This is the government within 2 weeks of coming into power formed ministers. He's formed the leanest government ever. But you better not have hypocritically and say, and now we are increasing the budget our presidency and I say compared to say on mine and year building. Go on mine and year building. You do baby. Ye politics ni si nten ni yen ka no kre yen ka no kre se amemwo ekoyi ma me ne wo because se fu ebo eba fam na ye enjoy se taxes eba fam na ye nya more money in our pockets ye nya more disposable income yen abrabom ne de bebeta
but I thought so was see nipa 56% no pe na ese mutimi
na ye titi tax we benefit
na see no nti ya no tese wo 40% for no timi ka bi share passport will be Foster. Was it the reduction of the passport forms is just lip service? I bought one on Tuesday. The price is still the same.
On family okay.
And the five mission tax receipt in mommy. Why? From my with the from my na any one.
My most become who abu no my.
It's I am right.
But
last one.
In a nutshell, what I'm saying is that we can't sit here and in 100 days completely bastardize the government.
Okay. 2 years and 10 years.
I understand. Be a promises ni be a amaya because of time constraints. Ni other things. I said they are not on mine. I say everybody before John Mahama take it over no. I say di nima gugu akwemu no achieve. Eti Mahama has achieved a lot.
But you see,
and he will achieve more than expected.
Right.
I believe in the presidency of John Mahama.
Mathematics. You see, me pa cho be sremo. Assessment dia ye ubu samia. Yes, President Mahama and one kasa did document Peter Fadden bra. But the document Babon said the first 100 days and 120 days the obey and ordinarily get that assessment based on those thematic areas. Yanunti will be the abase you know what said family was say Mahama's first 120 days social contract with the people of Ghana. It is social contract. Contract here. Was so yeah. We say, God, please tell Alaji to be patient. Okay. Was say, please ask Bright what is the essence of a lean government if it doesn't reduce cost of governance? It will be the other bad. Kwaku betrasi. Kwaku betrasi. That be a general sorry, Peter. What's the matter? Room better has mami.
Or say me. Godon obomidi. Abodin
na mafre wo.
Mfa obomidi na wa frɛ me.
Abodin na me mafre wo. Hey, abandi say the tree that what about? Ati bi say ye ne ya say was here drum Kumasi light. It will be hwe bi. And am no fa ase no.
Ya titi your friends hard boss wa malaji. Say kobi. Na jiwani
motited boss be mi John alaji kasa alaji bi tewa 30 seconds
you see wa bo o me mama 1 minute
okay 1 minute
eyi wo so wa tete eyi mama on say hajj no me a muslim me a family in Islam hajj is one of the 5 pillars of Islam but enye compulsory e ma muslim dia a compulsory man Muslim or betimetia. Se wo ni ahode a obekọ haja enye compulsory man. But nti wa eja wo so wa teso ikra no enye obia na e wo sika obetime akọ. But in Islam, education, knowledge is compulsory for every Muslim.
Knowledge.
Yes. Knowledge is compulsory for Muslim bia. Nti the Holy Prophet has said knowledge wo se obekọ Azerbaijan ekro be na ewa. Obeko hako seeking knowledge, you have go there to seek knowledge.
Yes.
Nti eba say time Muslim for so omo pe holidays, omo pe hajj dash me say enye holidays na ebeboa as Muslim community.
Yeah.
Education and ebeboa.
Me that's it.
Now our vice president na wo ho of the Muslim ladies. E di akoso omo ko medicine gynecology ebe hwe ye kofo e wo zongo community mo pe.
Oh. Twaso.
Say omo ko suan
uni
omo ko suan doctor
me pe communication noise.
Doctor Ejuma e no be hwe ye community say wo zongo o pe no o pe hajj any holidays. Yeah, as Muslim community o pe holidays.
Ba won pe ni mu die
education. And now to aba ama obi obema free holiday.
Not refie. Do be die super wunya.
There is better than education of your children now. And ya oma me se me ko kamoni. Sa no mempe. Sa kano.
To boat.
On say 56 na ko kan no. Me say yeah assessment of John Mahama 100 days. As 56% no me say to aba now. Mama won your 50.
Ayo. That's what my dream say stagnant.
Yeah, you can't dismiss us.
And this for one
be break ka ho. Omo families. Assessment of 100 days.
Wouldn't microphone me wo de no. I would do what we are home.
Me say
because enkofo bebre say enkofo bebre kwa say ka me security for me fa ne nko but me say o da be tolerant etipacho yeah do it within the confines of how tolerant we are. Say we are diverse opinions.
I'll say proudly say me 56 the men ka ho.
Of course you can't be part.
I am not part.
Yes.
But I am saying say 56 no motomano no say ne assessment of the 100 days say be to aba ne South 56 no nya bio.
Me that's it.
Because NDC for no motoma onya na ya yi bebredi. Oh,
okay. Me that's it. Obi bebacho obi ekoto passport forms no what the evidence aba what the was it passport.mfa.gov.gh na yin nyina no nyina ewa enrachi na the amachi na me pese me ye compilation of about 5 minutes of assessment of John Mahama and the governance but not the right aye enrachi urafi
that means the video na wa nti wo de
and the work kan
bia be 15 minutes
maybe 15 minutes
break enima kakra bia one say anka sane a okai say obi ba mu a obeka say 100 days this ba ye hwep enima NDC for ne John Mahama kan ya eno na men crofo demand enima from mountain because one wa call you kwakutiri na susun wadai because enya saade a anka we be ka say
and then we will say ewu be nchen say wo hwe bosha is a fellow for Sukwachi, and near you be the atem, Seba Umiakosan, who yare war UK. As you are didn't know UK because you see Bank Hospital, you see UGMC, a international standard. Bauba Bemunyame and Peboni, don't wait to Alka, Vice President, and I would not Nakotanabus. And now Oba Bemui, cocaine, I actually organ, you. About $502.1 million, which is about over 7 billion Ghana cedis. As son Oka ministries in Ketwana Boma, these Oka ministries bear say be 6 Boma San when ya says Kana cocaine diabano. Niayanchi ye de yinim. Sa gold ni Sikaye see a chiwa masamay. Yes, one allergy. Besin na intimi
one allergy.
Yepe one allergy, yes.
Who is the one allergy?
Mama ba Ghana. Aye crimes or not say Akufo-Addo and the Akufo-Addo a crime scene. Na me bisa say if and the Akufo-Addo na Ghana a crime scene dia. Na dey na Ghana ye den. Because every week be anyone ma yenku nipa o Ghana. There is no single week if you don't brag your mama be dia there yenku nipa o Ghana. Every week. Wow. Yes. There is no week, a single week if you declare your mama winner yenku nipa o Ghana every week. If you my week be a mensa and 9. Yes, every in fact, Bokunkwa, your mama be dear, ye kun nipa bear 25.
Yeah,
if you die, sworn in. In fact, ye been see that Bokunto quarant any over 100 years, but ye been see that NLC under Mahama. This is the first time Yashi police vehicle, El Boko. This is the first time Yashi police station, El Boko. This is the first time Yashi police barracks. This is the first time Yabo IGP Kemutu. Yamo IGP Kemutu, baby.
Sabane Ben, why?
Alabanyo ni nkonya fo akwa if you call gas and papre so a you peacekeeping for no mo she so dia mo shata de ne yedi
obi attack you
obi attack you but no kwa so na obi sending me voice from Boko or say the people are now policing us because yeshedemu no monama bontin
and so police said them
I see yeshedemu and no monama bontin so the people are now policing us. And then
people are policing.
Yes,
the
people are policing the police.
And yes, I'll say. How is it being? I say, look, say no. From aspect, the
people are now policing the police people.
The people are policing the police. Yes, and you see, no, and you see, and now say, who a police for issue directive. So you police me. Now you deploy, I don't go out. Go out so I make sure so say bulletproof with the two. And son walk up on thing. A been see that. And I have a video now John Mahama he cited the people against the security services. Trying to paint back then, trying to paint the picture say Abaya Sheda Suma security for no Mikunkumomo. And that is where hatred for the security services no look, IGP statement to come make and Crawford natem a political statement. And minim say I abandon the Suman Son Koka. Look, the argument was that Baumia a man prusini into MPP ba bemuno or my farm prusy for brave security nimu. And your Sokokacho mo say one so baba wabe a baba kusasi for no so at the abem to balance the equation. Yes. No say okwa kasachromo o se me ba kusasi for mo do so ntimba make creative na office we for kwa mo musu akra massage so akra am region so me ba me ye bia mam ba wo ye pani na eno na amenne boko ye ntimi ntra boko enti se wo assess John Mahama o ka kire you see and am ka kire se ndi tamba chincrof MPP tamba chincrof asi amoma na your governable. And the tape was authenticated, say a seeding tape. So you can't deny it.
David, Samuel, for example,
Obi catch them, Obi beside me question be, me who did or say, I've got cocaine in some buy, you know. Now, it more dino. And about issue we are starting. So could it be, say, NDC for now, shas packets about issue just to cover the cocaine, Nana? And I'm saying, well, me the mini answer to that question. But, oh, yeah, right, so be question be or person be said, and then 100 days here, mobile. And that is so your mama in and John Pocache as a cania call my 5 hours. And then you go so cania. And so doom so no. It now voter regional minister will call ECD office voter region and now.
But they before
I say you doom can voter region. And then container that me 40 feet a container back where agency has na me hwe pa na me see
o hwe ne tenten no
1300 yira me Ghana ye yare no be catch me say sa de obesi odoma ma bre so a aka me nyini container ma ko 1000
no
one container kese say edam hu ha say 1300 ayira be sinna yintimi hu ba bi na yes you know so also can see any look at galam say maybe I met some more corner boss calabia sem
na wo krom ni no
yes so obi aminim no ofa du krom and odi yes
ofa du krom akodi and wo sen kwafo asase
mountains for bebre ho okrefo bebre ho a win enche ba na so ju so ano ne ayi krom ni akofa no free oh no look easy okita labio ne labi ni fie du krom ayefo no twa na so and the gang gang for me ensa omo de bani fat ba kokrom kun ba ko gang omo kun nipa no ba ko and the next
your pictures and videos
a year forest na yin ramu da galam say phone ramu da enne oma say forest nyina na ne ya ne say before say e beto aba no ya te say nkrofobia ba krum ha sei ya te say nkrofobia ba krum ha sei enne ye hu san nkrofo no galam say areas no omo ne kura tuo ni akode mumuntum I did bogalam see for home by. 80 media John Mahama dear. On your 100 days our bay. And yet Ghana for Necom. Yet the Numasem. And yet they to near all ye home. And then we can't a Namini can't appointment.
Bright.
60 or for 60 a minister. Look. Appointment and me platform is near the Biba. You see les gens for Bibi. You see les gens for say. Yeah,
Deputy Regional Ministers no.
Black Rasta captain right.
Cockroaches no.
They are appointing cockroaches and
was it at the corner over there is a big cockroach.
Look, Black Rasta. I said they are appointing cockroaches. In fact, what appointments will be ridiculous. My make sure they back on. John Muhammad Jina simply can say I didn't know Kufuor at free SHS secretariat. A waste of taxpayers' money into your bar. Sa secretariat no obe closing down and not nipa appoint nipa ko yes one point director ko drape no one point you na te vanda po akọ look in fact one pointing crowd all over and then one me see one pointing nipa ko free SHS secretariat
ampa
me na me catch row one pointing me na me catch row look deputy director no madam
lady no ayin
Oma appointing the person your name. Onisasu. Oma appointing the person your name. Me na make catch your mama catch us or bow big.
And Naketa also anywhere. Oma
appointing the pa. In fact, and now appointing. I said Uncle two for appointed that behine. Appointing Pabwa hine. Appointed a ye duku hine. Appointing.
Kota hine.
But you yes say ya. Now all that Ghana for now be kind of correct Ghana for.
Mati.
Media go down. Me remain Kasan.
All right.
Ochina. Memory da. Ochina 19th. No manya 3 years worth of days so.
Oh, okay.
Ochina 19th.
But what one yadi? Esaka wo let last week ah. Ekia madne ke be nyambo ochina. Na ke da be di birthday no ara ke da wom kama.
Ochina no manya 3 years. Ha 3 years.
Wow, to ha nyambo ochina no nya 3 years ewa.
3 years ewa wuntumi.
Okay.
But me kai da me ba hanayana e mama feeling baby because on the 11th of March na say me resign from adwuma because of Dr. Bawumia.
Any pass of all.
Yeah, because of me support for Dr. Bawumia. Say me resign na me je adwuma to. Now at the time I me resign no na me ni baby me resign na mako. So me resign on the 11th of March. That was 2022. And I'm cutting a so on the 19th of March I'm going to me adaroma. Na me wo ha enti me ba ha so ba o mi adwuma ti e pamo me no aha metimi me pa metimi aba 7 to 10 mek boba o mi anko adi obi an ka me hwe enti no
eto wa hoto krum
metimi di ye adwuma
na
de tian so 20th eye kwasi ada so na em birthday ha enti kwasi ada e ben so em birthday maybe 20th kwasi ada na birthday
tiami alba kwasi ada e de birthday enti momo no mo be na ba and ti nyambo echina no ba no di 3 years na that's why they say 3 years on ana me who then be we be me tiami me 2 years na sa hey
enti yɛda etiefo nyinaa ase because send your mercy so movement in the morning ni mu no any mu nyinaa yɛda ma ase because edu baabi a alaji no nyinaa yɛ senior producers
na in fact ayi me buy me join team no na and then go for number B and the god na be there and the obeji money so na fi the rules am me team na me hwa me friend the rules kwaku me the issue is that I am not interested in money so because me meet me nye me voice because I kwa check up na aye bibi ba kwaku unique voice with Maka said the whole day. And kwaku what time?
Time I only ho no no ko da bia me say.
What's the more videos will be? Because abotra kwaku benya na waso ahomache afipe videos the videos na dey me I may not have that time.
Yakupon. What is our question?
Chama won't be classic of Obusado.
If I'm okay, na the baddest on Yamba Kasai.
Yes.
You know, we made that see. Anybody also say me don't massive.
Yeah.
Obi to say NS Kofi Osubempa Abuapapo. Yeah, me da Abuapapo asepa any
say na okitidua. Any appointed no coordinator for Fear City Secretariat. Say na okitidua. Former MP no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Frank Yes.
About Dr. Bami office. So no so na sepa. Any the founding
money show host of Untumi Multimedia. Yes,
ohineba. No so me dana sepa any chema Untumi nankasa rack is okweku no ni ade. Me do mu nyina ase ni abusuafo o ha nyina especially Sankrofo mi ni. God Asare-Bediako da sibre jeja me me producer Kwame Jesse de ho ahome.
Kwame Jesse Jimmy Anyi. All right, we start about ye twa ho abasisi a ye twa ho just 2 minutes. Ye ba say pe na the attempt to Ujafo. Ana bra. Program special edition. Your family God na Asare-Bediako. Na your call breaks is here. You say me a time so no. Chema Untumi say one busa question say okofa here fa no. Was say mu refi so no why we this for da na. Was say men ka we say wo this for da. And to no Yakupon yi kire ni say I was say you be see na one day bi busa da na me ni chairman kasase wo. MPP from penifo bebre wo from so mo mra ha say no ma. Omo ma. Wase mamon ha mo ho mukwa yitie mu chen wo mo etimi mitie mu ana wo ba mintie biebo eti no chama wuntimi yakopon enkoso esab ya chi mi 5 million Ghana cedis almost every other trial was bi chama wuntimi be frame me one frame me be frame de one frame be frame de ru say akosi say sa yakopon esab that's the je dwam na now of botia of awukugwa okay eti pacho akwaba na ho te sei
nyame adaro ma me ho
ye de nyame ase
ya hwefo ne yatiefu nyina
ya
na ya chiache ma ho ntumi nso ne adanase so odi abi ha na waka se na prof bisa man bi wo kuma se friends am ochi
okay
ofrem no nji nkoma de obi sa twato ne se da be no benya che ma ho ntumi no ne no odi nkoma na mse ade opeso obusa no se ye ya otumi boa ye miensa no bebu adwuma mu because wadwene da bia wadwene ho nti na chairman so akere so no wadi so foda
so no wadi so foda
no wadi so adi hunu
yes
enipa bi wa omni ani so adi hunu nti omba bembe ye president ya no mtoto papa so
na me ka say chairman or other side o
in terms of adiel no
yeah me dem kind of man
it one way dey go friend sofo
ya sun nyame wo
kuma o kuma se pa na oba na sa capital no ya say
na ba yo dem beto no na wo ya say
da ru ha wo pa o da ru na say da ru no frabus mfie na wo ha o
chairman quote bible pa
yeah that's it bre we just 2 minutes say be yanko for
bright kran kamin ha me ho na
John Mahama first 100 days
first 100 days lean government with fat salaries wo me no for nipa 10 me tu omo ka 10 cedis
okay
wa for nipa 5 utu omo ka 12 cedis how dey the trust me me ma for nipa 10 me tu omo ka 5 cedis
10 cedis
10 cedis wa for nipa 5 utu omo ka 12 cedis how dey na papa
it's a 5 ro boka chen 10
yes edi dia wa mo ke kano na lean government no me da me ka se John Mahama wa ma so bebu ma second term you
no be den
obetwi Ghana for so vengeance no de baye revenge no de baye
against what
2016 mu guase Ghana for the good John Mahama na bi nsi wiase ba ko semuda so be your president okọ ni second term ni ato abetia no sa na bi nsi da enti wo yesa ni obekum Ghana for nyina na kanipa ba akokura no be president no atwe aso obeye
say the organizer also ameka say yiku nipa mienu kwale Mahama be president
me anema mienu ana me fa free John Mahama mamu a wabu no 100 days no
okay
cocaine ni galamsey
okay
me dana bisa mo say me pese me bisa ndisi fo say omo kwaji cocaine barons ho sika de be campaign ana
sa
me ma twetwe me sa because omo ba say the cocaine dwade enu si koso Ghana ha no nti bi da 100 days ya chi cocaine 150 ya chi cocaine 350 na 500 ya bisa ho asem da ayi for na cocaine 150 ni 350 ni omo dia one ayi Nigeria ni bi asi 2 point something there mo de na ko jira court entimo andisi for hia 2.5 million asi 500 million
cocaine na wono de na good policy bag
no mo betimi dia share bottom no ano de mo de no court de good container mu dia ano de mo se mo mfa
or kwa ne de mo say self use personal use
ano mo ache no anti me pese me bisa ndisi for say mo ko ji cocaine barons sika na me de be campaign mo nka ma Ghana for nti and the am say madam bi frɛ me ofi ukroma so enyu asem kan to so ochia
me dalasi
o frɛ me bisa am say de na wa ya ya tese ayi kise jabe am say kise jabe no correct nti mo de
manya adwuma mienu manya 2 days job
ono anya correct nti o ha no oh tese andi si for krom ye galamsey no tese aye ntokwa ono ha nankasa
omo class yo
ne ba ne nua ba eye bi wasi amane a mu hun no enya asem kito say de omo de money making venture
of course
officers no muti ho no enti 2 weeks bia no obi a wo ye galamsey bia won tua kra no enye be 100,000 cedis
is
am sorry anu ba on ba baji opi o mpi wasi da no ba no ho ni di nkomo na ba ni di fun ata na fun no o mi wa ha ada ya ese o mi se jama mo back rent o mo high bars nti on tua 200 million ma mo no ba ji 200 million no 20,000 afi akwa no ko ene da mi ko wenye ska nya no kwan de odi be ande papa no o ma ba ji ko enti ememu John Mahama be bu no 100 days no me se Uganda de obu ayi we idi ami de obu no Uganda kra no eyesene no idi ami amemu obo
sada yi saba
nti John Mahama de me de maso me kan se Ghana for ye mo ya boso yi oba so be punish ye 4 years ye mo mpa ye se nya me be bo na 4 years ni emu na betumi atrim na ehuna ban papa.
All right. Matebuza 40 that's be dwamna na matene nka no aka 20 minutes time no we pese be twa akwa achi bi mu akese a meje up to 11 the wuntimi ya won se kire hine wa ha I said ye obi afa ni se kire hine wonka ho sa busu anu so wonni sa lenu wuntimi enkosi obi achi wo ya wasua and so we betuma asua hine but wonye ro ya wonni hine Peter trust na yenye na Peter be me a time no ko ye ntimi anye we visit to do and but time na kon de me de be ma e face be ma Peter 10 minutes Peter yes young call Chief Justice and then ma e koso a year almost petition mensa ba last week just mienu enso aba de ma e koso ye room obi aba say ya suspend Chief Justice but there's no formal communication and ye we am say no kre so all man no mo de aba betum
case aba
am I
so
based on what can you suspend her to the Peter where are we now
near the kind of the person you draw the difference between the Chief Justice on the remover no from the one and most of you sending me I Professor Azar Atro on Charlotte Osei.
I don't know what
no but there's a big difference.
What
say the article 146 now a chere kwan ye faso the Chief Justice any other justices of the Superior Court na ne yete say upose uyi obiti say the EC boss omo rank no to say other justices of the omo say appeal
chairperson near Court of Appeal and our deputies near High Court
enti obra ye Charlotte Osei no the committee etna say ehwehwe emu ema recommendation no nipa or establish the prima facie case ma yetimi ko ye nhwehwe mu no the Chief Justice the then Chief Justice Madam Sofia Kufu ene or Council of State and the procedure ene ni nyina kofa ba ye nyina no started from electoral commissioners nankase it was the electoral commissioners nankase in fact Charlotte say when the call report to the other two deputies no e wo Yoko say omadi bone ebi wo electoral commission na bone omadi no Yoko enhwehwe omu na omontwe omaso na omeki several allegations against the other two deputies no enti Emma Ura Amadou Sule, the late deputy EC operation. Also in charge of operation. A reply.
Yes.
So my meno enomo entini ye. Na allegation now and I say nsema wakika ato omusu bebre wo ha na enimu sa. Na uhwe the constitution ne procedure na say na etie na at the time. President Kufuor de no ye conveyor belt keke. Petitioning no buy na or so the comma Chief Justice, not Chief Justice, determine whether there has been prima facie case now or invited those involved number and Shemuno Ekoso. Now, Black Committee needs no making recommendation to President say on taking action. And the President Akufo-Addo on 28 June 2018 communicated through the spokesperson and the Minister for Information, Mustafa Abdul Hamid, doctor at the time, issue statement. Actually, in Yinaswa committee no Jinaso Ediayi Ura Charlotte Osei the two deputies no. Now a case in point I hear pa our statement in say because Ebimaka said a procurement breaches into na pamo Charlotte Osei. But on paragraph 3 of the statement, or say the committee recommended their removal till on the basis of stated misbehavior and incompetence pursuant to Article 1461 of the Constitution, unquote. enti committee no enye procurement breaches saa keke nko no mu gina so di Russia lot say any other 2 deputies no in fact committee na establish nyoma bebira no omo adwen mu no na eyo egina eye stated misbehavior and incompetence na committee no report na amabontene enti nyoma omo gina so de amount to incompetent and stated misbehavior no oman sama omkokatia omuhu no committee members no EC Charlotte say Opokwa amankwa ne Amadu Sule nsema omkeka fa omuhu no ebre wo mu na nke yekoma nke be shocking because to the extent omu accuse even Amadu Sule kra say wa create unknown police station
enya omo Message Charlotte say na Troy
yes
or Troy say we creating unknown police stations at the bois NDC and was Jiska
no kotu so ojenso ema
so na Troy
what you say ni nyina in Charlotte says response in Charlotte
oh let's say what kind of no
response no to the Yoko and the committee o state ni nyina in fact and some my course in your my course no edu baby na obia kra ka say no omumiensa kra no say that moment na committee work
yes
because na just o to the extent say o yenya enim wa da
I remember I listened to that program
say enya de a say Akufo-Addo ya de money na bibia obe support it
yes on support
on one kase ni interview say the EC credibility is completely destroyed
yes
Kwesi Pratt say at the time no nsema na ekoso ni emu nsema na APAP no o say the electoral commissioners na kasa miensa no omo addition ay be ya omo miensa nyina
ese omoko
that is Kwesi Pratt o enye omo nko a
ase omo ho
ene mpanifo bebre peace council at the time panya no da no say dabi nsema akoso ne de entimi nko yese omo betima transfer ya adwuma biu kebe ya nko mampo en resign no man resign a course wa kodu baby kodu ya the electoral committee ebe de a recommendation by say yenyi omu based on stated misbehavior and incompetence. There's a third part I need na at the time no mutumi nka say because you say obetuma yi omadi wa bra say ko ba say omadwen ana say yare bi no mutumi now fast forwarding to CJ ni case no on say the CJ no so the same procedure though but say stated misbehavior incompetence and say your yare and say bibi no ntumi nya na dwuma na ne wo CJ de anu say the CJ de no the CJ or the third arm of
the
head
government. Of the third arm
ni ye no different from constitutionally mandated bodies say EC ne ade into when there enya the CJ and I say body behind the bit must opponent say stated a be determine prima facie case bia e be here said the president in consultation with the Council of State procedure no be akoso but you see so share suit na e wo court no Vincent Asifo ane Gofredami case na Martin say bi so because say na wo senka president Mahama Emma chief justice a copy na anka or then response initial response back before the prima asana what made na sakas asem bibi wo munyenko yenhwehwemu no enti because say president Mahama fulfill that promise no case now you mute it is not because there are about 2 or 3 legs of the case so where case now one almost challenge the processes are president Mahama kra determine say before kra say obema CJ copy of the petitions no any say obeko Council of State no na wama Felix Ofuzuku ache abebo Ghana fo nyina amane and that process no per the Supreme Court own judgment wo ho e kire say sa process no krampo no wrong because say the ruling na a Supreme Court ne kire say such process no start here enikwa so obi ate ho asem until say a decision has been taken and so now we communicate because by the way no nya sa na ye hu no
Almost the statement by Bonte.
Only statement by Bonte true fellows of Fuduache. Say was started the processes. So now President of Fuduache who said the president has forwarded the 3 petitions to the Council of State to commence the consultation process mandated by Article 140 of the 1992 Constitution. Nti Odikan be announce to us at the time not process no kra ampo no
afeni e be shase
afekura na oba be shase e kra ampo. So and that alone the Supreme Court ruling said the originating process petition ni kra ni na o say ye ni kra say obi ate ho asem. That is why we Professor Azan the year the call on the same CJ removal to President Akufo-Addo.
Yeah, what touching here.
What touching here. So we are no leaky here.
Yes.
Well, as to whether or not leaky and obi leaky.
Or the choir the Babonting.
The Babonting. And now ye nyina be king kind. Na enyina so a petitioners no ejina so say ye fanyi CJ no. Bodon. Ya reho. Na ehu say ye allow say such issues no enyina ehu. Apart from one petition a free we be a Daniel Ofori ho o kire say CJ 2 kwan no 2 kwan no ne pediem ene sika sambi ankoyi eno de ebehia say ye behwehwem. I agree because ekoba say o 2 kwan na impressed bi eho accounting no eho amasem na say ye no credit dia.
Of course, I say hwehwem.
About documents about
oh, monto.
Or returning $9,000 na demand or some returning.
Oh, monto mobo. Anytime me say petition ni nyina no. Eno na say e no kra anka e bit my case say ebia e was say obeya no. Apart from that, no. The other issues on marriage by the Kingsley J, you know, wow, the Shining Stars.
Shining Stars. My
that's
Shining
the first one. Normally call 14th February. And or they call say yenyi CJ na hwe. Or say CJ no. A request say President Akufo-Addo. Appointed 5 judges. Emra meboa adwuma our Supreme Court. Na sa request na okoye ye no. Itia Ghana mra. Fact Professor Azan who made similar argument. Na me name ne say, oh yeah, President CJ while making request na keke. In fact, our detailed report, a brand new at appropriate time na was say ye hwe na ye kom.
Yeah.
Or yeah, detailed report.
Peter, 1 minute.
As to here say Supreme Court adwuma no omu here more judges. No make an argument. No make his argument in way no so no. The Ghana Bar Association emraf a lawyers a man mu nyina o association. Ebe agree with the CJ in principle. What you say in a statement by the Ghana Bar Association no.
Fabra. Baby, I'm marking. We dated 8 May 2024. Was it we acknowledge receipt of your letter on the above mentioned subject matter dated 18th day of March 2024, as well as the attachment to the said letter. We have reviewed the attached brief from the Chief Justice on the subject matter and the reference and comment and suggest as follows. 1. That we agree with the request of the Chief Justice in principle. Yes. That we, however, of the humble and considered view that the Chief Justice request should have been in respect of the need to increase the conventional number of judges of the Supreme Court at a present to 20 as the Constitution of Motor to us. Therefore, requesting that the minimum number of judges of the Supreme Court should be 20 will require a constitutional amendment. They agreed in principle.
In principle, CJ is right.
Yes.
To request say you more judges. But in any case, okay, no, was it done? And now, yes, okay, no, Akufo say my appoint judges in judges in the Supreme Court. Okay. Making request to the appropriate process.
Nina, your assessment of petition, baby, nipa me sadi dia be wo hwa. Ebia to you no. Ensure nyina musa enough say yenyi Chief Justice. But a Bible the timupo. President able the timupo to the extent say me one video has waka say president judicial na wo hono no egu nkofo ni confidence mo eti e was yes san na mom no yentimi san with the current leadership led by her leadership Justice Getutoko no dia eti said necessarily they need a new chief justice eti kwa mom be fa so bia no now ultimately so mu yi no a esunso aso ne saying
so omu yi na
30 seconds
at best committee mpo at best no say committee
almost suspended no
the same article 146 8 and 9 no say the president may request the CJ to step aside.
Of course,
but so step aside, the senior most person in this case, will have to act, and then on to say be range muna.
One bet on Ben intentem.
Na then be range because back him say a board president Mama di na CJ muna. Say lawyer be
forget about dinna me so mo ka se change as aron be ya da be say we no say bia fed sikasemi almost one ni kula tu kwan ms ka bia ba bi so say they say speaker of parliament what wo tu kwan a what ni tu kwan aban na hwe no it is three arms of government obi tu kwan a within the spouse eko nti no on be hwe no ba to be expedited to achieve on one year more pen
okay it is eko basa na say the new person ebe act here. Now you ask yourself because the ultimate goal is not this Hong Kong. Almost somebody call. In fact, any quite the syndicate just said electoral commission. Yam pamu nyina. I already don't the petition accord that. A brand new.
I say a prelims.
It's
a qualifying series.
President Mama J petition. Come forward to the CJ. No, why should we not set a committee to look into it? On Fankoi. Or change the new CJ now be bano.
Okay.
But the new person no be bano. So nipa no all act here. The question is, and in an acting position.
Oh, but that mandate
mandate to act. So
you know Supreme Court be determined.
In fact,
baby you could
constitutional quagmire.
Elle for na bem. Me pass ya pon. 1 minute. Prof K. 1 minute.
Go on.
Yeah.
Me the mechanic say sani ma we abubo so ba ni nyina na ni ba bia ne fapem me ono kasa as a journalist me I'm speaking as a politician.
Yes.
The me hu ni say ana no obi ko assemble lawyers NDC lawyers e wo Kumase e ka che omo say omo aveli omo ho to go to the bench.
That's correct. Was in Kumase or Volta? He was in Volta.
No, both ho and
omo e wo Kumase yes. E no kan sa asem. Na ade no say kwan ni ho a omo aveli omo ho a ebeden na yeye. Nti question am bi sa ne say eno ho adwuma na ekoso na say obepe kwan foforo bi so no de afa omo. Me ha ya me de.
Mate Prof K no Alaji.
Just briefly. Someone say in case of or said chief EC chair no
Mrs. Salot said
for President J petitioner no forward down to Chief Justice. Chief Justice na be determine prima facie case.
Yes.
Now obvious na committee as na say na no much more they are recommending na president act. That was what happened. In the case of Chief Justice, because we are head of third arm of government, we be removing a different matter.
Different, yes.
Now, my specifically is Article 14610.
Yes.
It says where a petition has referred to a committee, that is a committee no yeah under 146 6.
Yes.
1466.
Yes.
But they are, if you talk of suspension, one our boss suspension say. One say news you fly say you are suspended, you are suspended in iron throw. It is if I over 14610 now, I say where a petition has been referred to a committee, already the committee know that under this article, the president may in the case of the Chief Justice acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State by warrant signed by him suspend the Chief Justice. Yes. Now, maybe I say Council of State you were former Chief Justice or also.
Yes.
You were other a year former speaker or also one chairman.
Yes.
In fact, if President President Mahama suspended CJR, it means that Council of State man advice on suspend per this.
Yes.
So Obia watch former CJ.
Yes.
So for Yakufu Nini team.
Yes.
Say Omobema advice. Say one suspending before. Say committee ni be wie na juma na.
Now say your Supreme Court judge ba ko san wo so.
Supreme Court judge am say akoto
Banfo. I think there's a couple of
so we have 2 Supreme Court judges.
Very interesting. And the former Speaker of Parliament, legal luminary. Yeah.
There was former Supreme Court judges too, and we have, in fact, a former Chief Justice. Also,
yes.
If President Mahama suspends.
Na yes, omo advice no. Okay. Ebamwa yanko. Won na benya last bite na yeko. Me da
so I think say wo share the course na. Wo share the posture of NDC in history towards the judiciary. The course na nyanwa. What I say because under their regime, under Rawlings, ekwan trade justices be crowd fast so yeku money ade. Under this republic Enya mami token open against issues no.
Yeah.
In fact, 2009 NDC by no. There were several attempts on Georgina Woods. Yes, there were several. Just that Professor Moss ebia one finding on any party for no crown pono.
Yeah.
There are several ways of killing a cat.
Combination of blessed memory.
Unfortunately, because of Omangasa mentality towards the judiciary unit, no. Under this republic, no, most of them are quite be brand appointed chief justice. Most of the chief justices, apart from IK Abana Rawlings, appointed. No. All other all other chief justices have been appointed by MPP governments. I don't know whether bitterness and I say pain, apart from the political angle. No. Exactly. 2012-2013 Supreme Court case, electoral petition. No. It is perceived say, judges never winning, you know. Ebi mo OSS what you want.
Asa no mako. Sisi asem I mean. Ebi called the chief justice no.
The senior most person bet me acting. Appreciation be no person mo show mo bi. But
congratulations to the new prisons service head no Mrs. Bafuboni.
Mo hwe na fine. Nti aka mo ma no nko. Nti we live in interesting times. I heard their Council of State advice on the president. And mo kan no.
Mr. Sati Pacho ma ayima mi bi afa gusuma me
ni. Inform more Council of State is here. It would be interesting to know the advisor on the president. Apart from that, you know, since Yampoka says be the right thinking people in society should speak.
Bright
civil society.
Father to some obituary me you be obituary me bi also na enwanu menka enwa na dwumi hu Blacko nyumbi a wabo SFN Iron Boy na the videos bi a wo ye wo BBC for na ne ye sacrifice a powerful video. Congratulations to Blacko. We Miami nuaba Miami nuaba friend Mama Lucy no da for mtinyame adoma ifiada memne da ne kwesi ada be de ene achima bisa ye bade mu ho papa ya to abese no amabusafo nyina sonafo ye ho akire pa no wono so no teacher ni we retired teacher enti ye friend teacher Lucy me cousin no na kan for so cousin ye unya na wosache ye nyina enti nya le san first sister panyi no enti wo twere ni ahwe ba nyame adoma mem ifiada mem da ne kwesi ada de ye gina mu ewo achim avisa pacho next one also Prof K papa na eda form no pacho fa next one no emami Prof K papa so opanyini Benjamin Kwasi Aka AK Ben Aka opanyini Benjamin Kwasi Aka AK Ben Aka ne ba ne Prof K na wono so wase no manyame adoma efiada me da ne Kwasi ada so no ye ko sehwi hefa sehwi be kwai ho ma nyanko bi de ka Yesu nyana ka yewi nkrante ne ade faase so ben de isa galam se kwanu so betanya krante po
careful.
Ading. All right, but entiwe nyame adoma Saturday weekend here be adofo nyina so ye course hwi ne yakwako sehwi be kwai na Prof K so nani atu ne nsem ne yakwako gya no eye die eye enkuja eye no eye enkuja another me